In the endless starry void, a golden river tears through the darkness, the Jukihi, Luo Feng's supreme domain treasure. 3 universe venerables, Venerable Chichin, Venerable Vanguard, also called Venerable Ghost Sword, and Lord Feather and Darkness, are trapped like flies in amber. Their flight speed plummets. Every movement feels like swimming through molasses. They realize, killing the golden horned beast is impossible with this domain pressing down on them. Better to spare his life and escape. The 3 split up instantly, each racing toward their home planet, but the golden horned beast isn't letting them go that easily. A thunderous roar shakes the void. The colossal beast charges straight after Venerable Vanguard, the most arrogant of the trio. You think you can spare me and run? Let's see who dies today. The battle erupts inside the Golden River. 9 alien beasts summoned by the treasure swarm the Venerable, attacking relentlessly. Divine power burns, wings slice like blades. At first, Venerable Vanguard laughs in disdain. Your strength is pathetic. You only have a powerful treasure from the Starry Sky Behemoth Alliance. You can't even fight back properly. Minutes tick by. 1, 5, 10. Venerable Vanguard starts burning 3% of his divine body. And the golden horned beast? Its aura doesn't waver, not even 0.1%. The high-level supreme armor absorbs almost everything. Disdain turns to shock. How? He isn't weakening at all? Venerable Vanguard unleashes his ultimate technique, 9 emerald green swords in sequence, a deadly sword cage that rips open the Golden River and strikes the beast. His own divine body drops from 97% to 89% in a single move. And the golden horned beast, still untouched. Panic flashes in the Venerable's eyes. He finally understands the plan. The beast never intended a quick kill. It wants to consume him. Trapped in the Jukihi with no escape, the Venerable faces 2 choices. Keep burning divine power to defend and die slowly, or stop burning and get crushed instantly. Stop burning, praksh, instant death. Keep burning, krak, slow death. Quick pause. Do you think a universe venerable like Vanguard can turn this around? Or has the golden horned beast truly pushed him to the edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. 60%, 50%, 40%. His divine body shrinks. Strength collapses. Venerable Vanguard roars, "If I resurrect, I'll break through to Universe Master and slaughter you." The golden horned beast replies coldly, "Then I'll kill you again. Remember, it was me." In the end, cornered, Venerable Vanguard explodes in rage. Boom! A monstrous wave of energy sweeps the Golden River, creating waves tens of thousands of kilometers long. His divine body vanishes, dead. 2 treasures fly out, a dark green armor and an emerald sword. The golden horned beast collects them indifferently. A universe overlord. And that's all you had? Venerable Chichin and Lord Feather, watching from afar, are stunned. A universe overlord has fallen. Just like that. The golden horned beast turns to them. "You 2 still want to be my enemies?" They deny it immediately. They explain, "This Jedi is a 100,000 light-year labyrinth. No one escapes. Throughout history, countless powerhouses have fallen here, teleported in or swallowed by the starry sky. Some clones make it out, but the main body stays trapped forever." Inside the clone, Luo Feng reflects, "Killing a universe venerable this way, only possible because we're completely cut off. In the normal universe, allies would arrive in minutes." Quick pause. Will the 9 Regions Alliance pay the insane price to resurrect Vanguard? Or is he gone for good? Share your theory below. 2 months later, Luo Feng finally completes the 6th and 7th tribulations of the New 9 Tribulations secret code. His earthling divine body gene level reaches roughly 9,800 times, far from perfect, but already monstrously strong among special beings. The golden horned beast clone progresses slowly due to its colossal size, but compatibility with Shui Luojing is 100%. In a few hundred years, it might hit perfect gene level and unleash I Am the Universe at full power. Suddenly, ripples appear in the starry sky. The demon killer clone passes through and loses 70% of its divine body just from the contact. On the other side, a completely different starry sky. Star systems packed close together, forming breathtaking patterns filled with hidden laws. A lifeless yellow planet, a massive vein of star tears gold. Precious metal that could restore 80% of the giant divine body just by swallowing half the vein. Luo Feng is shocked. He devours it with the golden horned beast. Then another planet. Empty stone veins. Then entire lakes of yadi barium oxide crystal liquid. Every planet is a treasure vault. He realizes this inner starry sky is a cultivated garden, countless planets loaded with rare minerals. Until a powerful aura erupts from a nearby planet. Divine power of a universe venerable level. The golden horned beast flies over and meets a starry sky giant beast from the second-tier lineage. Shock the starry sky. Jen drops the bombshell truth. This isn't the real Jedi. The outer Jedi is just the prison zone for aliens. This inner starry sky is the sacred territory of the Starry Sky Behemoth Alliance, created and ruled by the Ancestral, one of the greatest beings in the universe. Here, the laws are completely rewritten. Wormholes inside certain planets lead straight to the Starry Sky Sacred Mountain. The true Holy Land, a colossal mountain range several light years tall, surrounded by countless spatial vortices, home to all the Alliance's powerhouses, including the Ancestral himself. They want to register the Golden Horned Beast as an official member. More than 10 powerful Golden Horned Beasts are already flying toward him. What does Luo Feng do now? Join the secret Strongest Beast Alliance, or try to hide his human identity? Luo Feng killed a universe venerable with pure strategy, and the Jukihi discovered an infinite resource paradise, and now stands face to face with the elite of the Starry Sky Behemoth Alliance. Does he enter the sacred mountain, or does he run before they discover he's human? Luo Feng's journey takes a shocking turn as he finally returns to the heart of the Star Giant Beast Alliance in his golden horned beast body, only to face the most powerful existence in the Alliance face to face. The Ancestral of the Star Behemoth Alliance himself summons him, revealing secrets that could change everything for humanity's top genius. Is this the ultimate opportunity, or a trap that will trap him forever? After nearly 100,000 years wandering the universe alone, Luo Feng, in his golden horned beast form, arrives at the Alliance's sacred territory for the first time. A group of over a dozen massive golden horned giants, all universe venerables, greet him warmly with roars of brother and welcome home. These solitary, bloodthirsty beasts show genuine excitement and kinship toward one of their own returning after achieving universe venerable status on his own. They introduce themselves with pride: Venerable Candle, Venerable Mountain Vein, Venerable Sujin, and more, each name reflecting their unique cosmic wanderings. Luo Feng responds humbly as Venerable Jin Feng, earning praise for his solo cultivation to this level. The group is thrilled. With Alliance support, he could grow even stronger. In his heart, Luo Feng feels the warmth. These cold killers toward outsiders treat clan members like family forged in blood and loneliness. They fly together toward the distant Starry Sky Mountain, the Alliance's core domain under the Ancestral's control. Luo Feng worries internally about hiding his true identity, but he knows retreat isn't an option here. En route, they explain that the two universe masters of the Golden Horned lineage, the ancient Golden Horn Master and the newer Annihilation Vortex Master, who broke through just 1,000 years ago, are eager to meet him. Their lineage boasts 2 universe masters, a rare strength among the 12 peak bloodlines. They arrive at the vast, black rock Starry Sky Mountain, where every stone feels like a mini black hole. Massive temples dot the regions, far larger than human ones. Spatial fluctuations allow instant teleportation in permitted areas. After several teleports and flights, they reach the majestic flying palace treasure of the Golden Horn Master. Immortals sparring outside whisper in awe at Luo Feng's powerful aura, stronger than many universe venerables and clearly a fresh returnee. Inside the grand hall, Luo Feng bows respectfully to the 2 towering figures, the ancient Golden Horn Master, whose aura feels like an infinite universe, and the armored Annihilation Vortex Master with endless vortexes in his eyes. The Golden Horn Master praises Luo Feng's solo achievement, comparable to many top universe overlords, and promises special training. With alliance resources, inheritances, divine body amplification secrets, soul amplification secrets, he has high hopes of reaching universe master level. The Annihilation Vortex Master laughs. 3 universe masters in their lineage would match the top bloodlines like Jukihi Behemoth. Luo Feng listens quietly, knowing the irony. He has the talent, but he's human, not a true golden horn giant. Suddenly, both universe masters react. The ancestral summons Luo Feng personally. Shocked, Luo Feng follows them through teleports to the independent ancestral mountain, a super terrifying treasure guarded by 12 universe masters, representing the peak bloodlines. The pressure alone softens his limbs, far beyond ordinary supreme treasures. At the peak, a colossal dragon-like head emerges, 9 sharp horns crowning it like a crown. Head alone thousands of kilometers long, claws with 9 toes visible in the distance. The ancestral's voice echoes from every inch of space. The Golden Horn Master boasts of Luo Feng's power, his capture of Jianhe Luo components in the Primordial Star, and predicts a 3rd universe master for their line. The ancestral dismisses the others, then reveals the truth. He knows Luo Feng is human, not beast. Sitting Mountain Guest arranged this, paying a heavy price to open the Alliance's secrets to him. The ancestral doesn't care about past deceptions. Everything follows equivalent exchange. He declares Luo Feng a rare human genius, but as a non-beast, he can't access full resources, unless he meets Sitting Mountain Guest's requirements. The ancestral bets with Sitting Mountain Guest. If Luo Feng succeeds in 100,000 eras, Era Kong's reincarnation era, the ancestral gives a supreme suit for the beast god lineage. If he fails, Sitting Mountain Guest loses a pinnacle treasure. Luo Feng vanishes, transported to the beast god realm, a separate universe within the ancestral's miniature universe. Here, time flows insanely fast. 1 second in the original universe equals over 10,081 seconds inside, a 1/10,081 ratio. 10,000 years here is just 1 year outside. No human time temple comes close. An elder clone of the ancestral appears, a white-robed man with 9 horns, explaining this is the core restricted land for cultivating beast gods, rarely open even to alliance geniuses. The requirement to leave, defeat him. But the ancestral matches Luo Feng's divine body strength exactly. As Luo Feng grows, from Immortal to Universe Venerable to Universe Master, the clone uses stronger secrets, up to pinnacle Universe Master level secrets when Luo Feng reaches Universe Master. To win, either create the ultimate Universe Master secret as an immortal, impossible, or become the strongest in the universe here. The ancestral laughs. He bets against it in 100,000 eras. The realm is open. Statues, soil, mountains hold countless secrets. Divine body amplification, soul amplification, combat, close combat, soul attacks, mind weapons, from basic to pinnacle universe master level. Study freely, challenge anytime. If Luo Feng becomes the strongest in the universe, he wins instantly. The ancestral vanishes, leaving Luo Feng alone in this endless world of pressure and inheritance. Quick pause. Do you think Luo Feng can create a miracle here and break through to Universe Master secrets as an immortal? Or will he be stuck for eternity? Drop your theories below. This is Luo Feng's greatest trial yet. Trapped in the beast god realm with insane time acceleration, facing an unbeatable opponent who scales with him. Will Sitting Mountain Guest's gamble pay off, or has the ancestral already won? In the depths of the universe governed by the Starry Sky Beast Ancestor, the most powerful being of the Starry Sky Behemoth Alliance, and the only living creature born as a true beast god, the Ancestor's clone dissolves into the void like mist scattered by cosmic winds. Luo Feng, still hovering in the air, feels the overwhelming pressure of that presence vanish. He descends with controlled grace and lands gently at the edge of a crystal-clear lake, surrounded by a primordial forest that pulses with ancient laws as old as the cosmos itself. He sits in lotus position upon the sacred ground, closes his eyes, and allows the turmoil in his chest to calm completely, restoring the serenity needed to face the impossible. When he opens his eyes again, the magnitude of the mission imposed by Zuoshanke envelops him like a storm of supreme laws. His master had paid an unimaginable price to secure him exclusive entry into the beast god realm of the Alliance. The task is clear and terrifying. Either Luo Feng defeats the Starry Sky Beast Ancestor's clone in direct combat, or he creates, with his own hands, the supreme secret method of the Universe Lord, an art that represents the absolute pinnacle of power in the cosmos, capable of elevating a being to the level of the strongest in the universe. However, his comprehension of the laws is still limited, barely reaching the threshold of a universe venerable. Without a solid foundation in the original laws, forging something so exalted seems like an insurmountable abyss, a challenge that would make even many universe lords give up. He raises his gaze toward the beast god realm, an eternal domain where the air vibrates with primordial energy left behind by countless generations of powerhouses from the Alliance. Could this sacred place, guardian of the secrets of the 8 natural beast gods, be the key he has been searching for? Luo Feng rises into the sky and heads toward the nearest colossal statue of the golden beast god, the supreme incarnation of the fusion between the laws of gold and space, the very path he has been diligently walking since the beginning of his journey. As he approaches, a wave of pure law envelops him, flowing like an infinite golden river of energy.
Yet one detail intrigues him deeply. The secret lines engraved on the scales are radically different from those in his own inheritance. This statue emanates a profound and peaceful serenity, as if the beast god were walking in harmony with the universe, its claws gently brushing the ground with ancestral delicacy. Another statue nearby radiates primordial fury capable of tearing the infinite sky apart, ready to shred everything before it.
Others convey destructive madness, unyielding determination, wild joy, and a deafening roar that echoes through the laws. Each of the 8 golden beast god statues captures a completely distinct emotional and powerful state, with scale patterns that whisper different yet complementary truths about the same fundamental law. Quick pause. Can you feel how much these statues transcend any technique or inheritance Luo Feng has mastered so far? Drop in the comments what you believe they truly represent for his path to the apex. He spends entire days flying between the statues, not only the 8 of the golden beast god, but also those of the thunder beast god, the light beast god, and all the others belonging to the 8 natural beast gods. Afterward, he wanders the infinite realm and discovers thousands of secret sculptures hidden in eternal deserts, millennial trees, rock walls, and lake abysses. Each one carries secret methods left behind by universe lords and universe venerables of the Alliance across countless eras, techniques of divine body amplitude that can multiply power dozens of times, soul amplitude capable of multiplying spiritual strength, devastating illusions that can deceive even universe lords, lethal close combat techniques of deadly precision, mind attack weapons, and countless other methods that leave Luo Feng in ecstasy. His previous soul amplitude method barely reached 32 times. Here he contemplates secrets capable of raising amplitude beyond 80, even reaching 100 times at the perfect limit. He memorizes everything his understanding allows, aware that even if veiled in mist, every fragment could become a vital piece of the cosmic puzzle that will determine his destiny for eras to come. However, frustration intensifies. No matter how voraciously he absorbs all these teachings, his comprehension of the laws remains insufficient to penetrate the deepest mysteries. The highest methods appear like distant flowers in the mist. He questions silently, did Zuoshanke risk too much with this 100,000 era bet? 3 days of deep meditation pass. Then a flash of insight strikes him like a bolt of lightning law. Luo Feng stands up abruptly. The Starry Sky Beast Ancestor is no fool. The sitting mountain guest knows every detail about me better than anyone. If he made this bet, it is because a real possibility exists. Where exactly is that possibility? Without an immediate answer, he decides not to waste another second. He dives body and soul into training the 9 Tribulation secret code with his golden-horned beast clone. Year after year inside the beast god realm, blood crystals fuse into the 7 critical regions of the body: tail, hind claws, wings, upper back, head. The life gene level rises inexorably, 7,000 times, 8,000, 9,000, 9,500 times. In the 62nd year, upon completing the 7th tribulation, the golden-horned beast clone finally reaches the perfect life gene limit, the legendary level of 10,000 times that only the most heaven-defying beings can touch. a level that qualifies one for supreme innate talents. Luo Feng smiles, sitting by the lake with the small 1-meter golden horn resting on his shoulder, waiting for the explosive transformation that had already occurred with his Yuhai clone, the descent of the universe's origin law, the divine body expanding to tens of thousands of kilometers in height, and his consciousness being pulled into the mysterious space to receive cosmic blessings. But nothing happens. 1 minute, 2, 5 minutes of absolute silence. No movement, no colossal growth, no blessing from the universe's origin. Luo Feng is paralyzed with shock. The truth strikes him like an invisible thunderbolt. This is not the original universe. It is a distinct universe, entirely controlled by the starry sky beast ancestor. Although the basic laws, gold, space, time, fusion, are identical, the origin of this universe does not grant the same recognition to the clone. There is no evolution of the divine body. There is no entry into the mysterious space. The clone possesses the perfect life gene level, but its divine body of only 1,000 kilometers in height is insignificant compared to the 90,000-kilometer tall Yuhai clone. If he activates I Am the Universe now, the body will be completely exhausted before even forming the miniature universe, rendering the talent useless in battle. Despair envelops him for 9 long days by the lakeside. Meanwhile, atop a distant mountain peak, 2 clones converse with absolute serenity. The starry sky beast ancestor and Zuoshanke's clone, the sitting mountain guest. The ancestor smiles faintly. "It seems your disciple is in trouble." Zuoshanke replies with unshakable confidence. "Don't worry. Both know that in this universe, the ancestor is invincible if he mobilizes the full power of the cosmos under his control. The fate of the bet rests solely on what Luo Feng can extract from the beast god realm." Luo Feng stands up, determination burning in his chest like an eternal flame. He understands 3 fundamental pillars. First, the beast god realm is the primordial source of enlightenment. Second, his own unique advantages. The 9 Tribulations secret code, unique in the universe. The Star Tower, a supreme treasure. And the innate talent, I Am the Universe. Third, he needs time. A vast, almost unimaginable amount of time. The 100,000 eras of the bet equal 1 billion years in the original universe. He returns to the realm with renewed vision. He learns 2 supreme amplitude methods. Golden Beast God, which raises the divine body amplitude to 100 times in just 3 days, and 9 Peaks Lock, which brings soul amplitude practically to 100 times in a little over a month. Thanks to his unyielding will and consciousness already at the level of a universe lord, the cultivation flows with impressive ease, something that would be impossible even for most immortals or universe venerables. Afterward, he dedicates 52 years to contemplating the 64 beast god statues, 8 for each of the 8 natural beast gods. The 8 golden beast god statues captivate him especially. The more he observes, the more he realizes they are not separate entities. They are fragments of a single perfect whole. Anger, joy, calm, roar, madness, united. They seem to compose a secret method that transcends everything ever created in the Alliance, possibly the path to the Supreme. Still, it is not enough. Then he turns his gaze inward. He enters the endless isolated sea and, for the first time since reaching the perfect life gene limit, activates the most enigmatic talent the universe has bestowed upon him. I am the universe. A silent roar echoes through the primordial void. The infinite divine power of the sea burns like a sun in cataclysmic collapse. Above the infinite waters materializes a colossal elliptical sphere, tens of billions of kilometers in diameter, a complete miniature universe, born from his own essence. Luo Feng's consciousness merges entirely with this creation. He feels absolute control over every internal law. Inside this miniature universe, he can detach portions of his divine body to fight with overwhelming advantage, while any opponent suffers total suppression from the laws of his domain. But the true terror lies in the ultimate ability. With a single thought, he can cause this miniature universe to collapse completely, releasing a universal explosion of destructive power that defies imagination and could threaten even high-level cosmic existences. Even more astonishing, for the first time, Luo Feng beholds with his own eyes the secret law pattern that forms the thin membrane of this miniature universe. It is a web composed of hundreds of millions of interwoven law threads, transformed into primordial chaotic flow, displaying a beauty that transcends any beast god statue. A cosmic harmony so perfect, so profound, and so overwhelming that it shakes his soul to its innermost core. More beautiful and more complex than anything he has ever contemplated in his entire cultivation journey. Luo Feng remains motionless, completely stunned by the magnitude of that transcendent vision. Could this secret law pattern of the miniature universe be precisely the final piece he needed to forge the supreme secret method of the Universe Lord? Pause. In your view, does the miniature universe represent the definitive key for Luo Feng to win the 100,000 era bet against the starry sky beast ancestor, or is there still an even grander revelation awaiting from the 64 statues? Share your detailed theory in the comments. Power scaling and deep analysis are always welcome. While the starry sky beast ancestor watches from afar and murmurs, "Hope?" Luo Feng finally feels that the only real possibility has materialized before him. But will it be enough to defeat the ancestor's clone and deliver the supreme treasure to the sitting mountain guest? Will Luo Feng embrace the challenge of the miniature universe, or will he still need more time and cosmic comprehension to unite all the elements? In the heart of the beast god realm, Luo Feng stands frozen in shock as he finally sees through the supreme talent secret technique. The incredibly complex microcosmic secret pattern, with its billions of threads that once seemed utterly incomprehensible, reveals its true nature. It is nothing more than an intricate combination of the 64 secret patterns from the statues of the beasts and gods. A brand new path of cultivation suddenly opens before him. Far away in the primitive universe, aboard a simple spaceship, Mountain Guest whispers to himself with quiet anticipation. His disciple possesses the 9 nether clones and reached perfect genetic life level before immortality. The strongest talent secret technique stands at the peak of all such methods in the universe, and its perfect 64 secret patterns represent the ultimate interpretation of the 8 beasts and gods, the embodiments of the 8 fusion laws. Mountain Guest is placing a bold bet. No one has truly walked the path of the secret pattern map since the birth of the primitive universe, yet powerful experts existed before the Great Rupture. Different paths may lead to the same end, the origin of the universe itself. Completely obsessed, Luo Feng realizes that the heaven-defying technique, I am the universe, is actually built from 92 secret patterns, many repeated, all drawn from the 64 statues. He immediately begins experimenting. On a mountain peak in the beast god realm, he sits cross-legged before the golden beast god statue and starts combining patterns. At first, it is pure chaos. He blindly simulates combinations based on the complex structure of I am the universe, creating dozens of secret techniques. Most are weak, comparable only to some immortal level means. Only a few come close to the power of the third type of the 10,000 stars sermon picture he once created. Still, Luo Feng understands this is a brand new path, and his hope of defeating the ancestral clone within 100,000 years may depend on it. He spends the first 100,000 years groping in the dark. Gradually, he becomes more systematic and decides to focus solely on the 8 secret patterns of the golden beast god, setting aside the other 56. Over millions of years, he gains deep control over their combinations, influences, and power. He explores over 900 million possible combinations and fully masters more than 100,000 of them. The secret pattern path feels vast and profound, like building a skyscraper from countless components. Immersed in the 8 patterns of the golden beast god, Luo Feng loses all track of time. 10 million years pass, then another 10 million. He alternates between observing the statues and creating new secret techniques. After 180 million years in the beast god realm, the ancestral watches from the highest mountain and acknowledges that the secret pattern cultivation is a legitimate road toward the deepest mysteries of the universe. Its weakness is a less solid foundation, but its strength lies in sudden inspiration and occasional strokes of luck that can create heaven-defying techniques. Do you think focusing only on the 8 golden beast god patterns was the smartest move for Luo Feng? Comment below. Suddenly, the ancestral's expression changes. Luo Feng enters a special state after 180 million years of studying the 8 secret patterns. Lying on the back of the massive golden beast god lizard statue, he forgets himself completely. He feels as if he has become the beast god, experiencing its joy, anger, roars, madness, solitary journeys across the universe, and endless bloody battles across galaxies. He falls into a deep sleep that lasts 1,000 years. Even his earthly deity body and the endless isolated sea sink into slumber. No one can contact him. During this millennium, Luo Feng forgets his human memories and lives entirely as a beast god. When he finally opens his eyes, he whispers, "Is this Zhuangzhou dreaming of the butterfly?" Human memories flood back, but the sensation of being a beast god remains vivid and accessible. The ancestral sighs in disbelief from the mountain peak. The most difficult bottleneck on the beast god path, the heart of the beast god, has been grasped by Luo Feng without any guidance. Many universe hegemons can only achieve pseudo-beast god transformations because they never understood this heart. As a descendant of the golden beast god through his golden-horned beast clone, the breakthrough feels almost natural after such long accumulation. How do you think mastering the heart of the beast god will change Luo Feng's future path to becoming a universe lord? Let me know your thoughts. After the 1,000-year sleep, Luo Feng returns to his experiments. Using the microcosmic secret pattern as the ultimate model, he combines the 8 golden beast god patterns. Following his heart, free, natural, and detached, he creates something extraordinary. Boom! A brilliant golden light suddenly explodes between heaven and earth. Space solidifies and cracks, carving a massive spatial ravine tens of millions of kilometers long across the desert. The power is so overwhelming that even Luo Feng is stunned. I barely used any divine power. He has casually created a Universe Lord ultimate secret technique, a simplified version of the microcosmic secret pattern, almost perfectly harmonized with the 8 golden beast god patterns, forming a powerful attack-type secret. Luo Feng flies to the distant mountain rock wall, where 3 other Universe Lord ultimate secret techniques carved by past masters are engraved. His new technique radiates coercion equal to theirs. After 180 million years of hard work and the addition of the beast god heart, this creation was born in a single moment. The ancestral immediately sends a message. "Mountain guest, come quickly." In an instant, mountain guest appears on the mountain peak. "Look at your disciple," the ancestral says, pointing downward. Mountain guest observes Luo Feng carving his new technique onto the rock wall and laughs with surprise and pride. The ancestral sighs, admitting that in just 180 million years, without any guidance, Luo Feng has cultivated the secret pattern school to an astonishing level. His understanding of the golden beast god heart makes creating universe lord-level secret techniques much easier. Mountain guest is overjoyed. The heart of the beast god is an unexpected bonus. It removes one of the greatest obstacles on the path from universe hegemon to universe lord, making Luo Feng's future smoother, especially combined with his golden-horned beast lineage. Luo Feng stands before the rock wall for a long time, still feeling surreal. After 180 million years, it turned out to be a Universe Lord ultimate secret technique. Then, with a powerful voice that echoes across the entire beast god realm, he declares, "Ancestral, I challenge you." The ancestral in white robes descends, smiling. "Challenge me?" Luo Feng nods. Even if he loses, he can learn and improve. As long as he defeats the ancestral within 100,000 years, it counts as success. They agree to fight bare-handed, using only human hands as weapons. Thanks to the heart of the beast god, the gap between close combat and mind weapons vanishes for Luo Feng. The secret technique he created can be applied perfectly to both. Boom! Luo Feng's divine body instantly lights up with countless secret patterns, transforming into a dazzling golden light as he charges the ancestral. In this moment, he feels exactly like the beast god from his 1,000-year dream, roaring and attacking with pure instinct. His speed, powered by the Universe Lord ultimate secret technique, surpasses even the Wu Yu wings. He strikes like a claw, golden light flashing. The ancestral blocks, but Luo Feng presses forward relentlessly, slashing with claws, whipping with legs like tails, moving faster and sharper with every exchange. Faint beast roars echo around him. The ancestral is completely suppressed. Despite his strongest defensive methods at the Universe Lord pinnacle, he cannot stop Luo Feng's assault. Finally, Luo Feng's fingers, sharp as horns, pierce straight through the ancestral's chest. The ancestral looks down, smiles, and steps back, returning to normal. You win. Luo Feng stands stunned, his body still glowing with golden light. He actually defeated the ancestral, even if the opponent was suppressed to the same divine body level and using only peak Universe Lord techniques. The feeling is almost unreal. He thanks the ancestral respectfully. The ancestral waves it off, explaining he focused purely on defense. Had he attacked from the start, he might have won once, but Luo Feng would likely prevail in future challenges anyway. At that moment, loud laughter echoes from above. Mountain Guest descends, looking at his disciple with deep satisfaction. After 180 million years, Luo Feng has been reborn. His foundation is now extremely solid, far stronger than many Universe Lords in technique and comprehension. The ancestral teases Mountain Guest about their bet, but Mountain Guest remains proud. He knows his disciple also possesses the strongest talent secret technique, which provided the perfect model for studying the secret pattern school. Luo Feng steps forward and respectfully greets his teacher. Disciple pays respects to master. Mountain Guest nods, then turns to the ancestral with a smile. Don't forget the bet. What do you think happens next? Will Luo Feng be able to activate the power of the Star Tower with these incredible techniques he's acquired, or is he still far from using the tower as a divine weapon? Luo Feng's heart raced with anticipation as the first ancestor of the Star Giant Beast Alliance made a shocking decision. In a high-stakes gamble between two supreme existences, the ancestor had lost, and now the ultimate prize was heading straight to Luo Feng, an entire set of supreme treasures known as the Beast Armor. The first ancestor looked at Luo Feng and declared without hesitation, "Losing is losing." According to our previous agreement, this set of treasures belongs to Luo Feng. Mountain Guest, Luo Feng's teacher, simply nodded with a satisfied smile. The ancestor then waved his hand, and a massive black beast shadow materialized in the distance. 4 powerful claws, sharp fangs, a single horn, and layers of armor that radiated endless mystery. It was breathtaking. "This is the beast armor," the ancestor explained, stroking the enormous form. "It consists of 526 treasures, 521 ordinary ones, 4 high-level, and 1 supreme treasure at its core. The pieces can be used separately as fangs, scales, or claws, but when combined, their power is terrifying." Luo Feng was stunned. A full set this complex, with a supreme treasure as its heart? This was no ordinary armor. It was perfectly suited for a divine body cultivator walking the path of the beast god. The ancestor had originally planned to give it to a promising Universe Lord in the Alliance, but now it was Luo Feng's. "Thank you, ancestor," Luo Feng said respectfully. The black beast shadow flew toward him. The golden-horned beast avatar on his shoulder temporarily removed its other armors, and divine power surged as Luo Feng imprinted his life mark. In an instant, the 526 pieces disintegrated and fused perfectly into the golden-horned beast's body. Scales turned pitch black, claws and fangs sharpened, and the single central horn split into 6, making the beast look even more ferocious and powerful. Luo Feng felt overwhelming joy. "North Rock, that's its true name," he noted silently. But the name didn't matter. This beast armor was the perfect match for his golden-horned beast clone. Mountain Guest then pulled Luo Feng aside, isolating the surrounding universe rules. "You've succeeded in just 180 million years. That's impressive, even better than your second senior brother," he praised. He admitted the star map he once prepared might not help much now, but Luo Feng's achievements in the secret pattern school were already extremely high. Once he broke through to Universe Lord, even the slight bottleneck would be overcome in mere thousands of years. Luo Feng asked about the 5th black metal plate from the 9 Tribulation secret, but Mountain Guest only smiled mysteriously. "You'll know when the time comes. For now, focus on perfecting the final Universe Lord secret technique and matching it with your secret pattern comprehension." As they prepared to leave, the first ancestor approached Luo Feng privately. "Have you ever considered leaving the human race?" he asked directly. Luo Feng answered without hesitation. "No." The ancestor understood. Luo Feng's cultivation years were still short, and his family and friends remained deeply tied to humanity. Instead, the ancestor made a generous offer. Luo Feng's golden-horned beast clone could officially join the Star Giant Beast Alliance as Venerable Jin Feng. This way, he would have the full support of 2 superpowers, humans and the Star Giant Beast Alliance, without abandoning his roots. Strength brings responsibility, the ancestor warned. Luo Feng smiled. I can bear it. Mountain Guest, never one to miss an opportunity, immediately pressed the ancestor. My disciple is joining your alliance, a future cosmic overlord, and you're not even giving him a supreme treasure. That beast armor was already lost in the bet. The ancestor looked a bit helpless, but agreed to compensate. He asked what weapon Luo Feng needed. A blade, Luo Feng replied. The ancestor summoned a high-level treasure saber named Zhan Yue, fiercer and more domineering than the Blood Shadow Warblade. Luo Feng tested it with a casual swing, and space itself tore apart. He was thrilled. The ancestor also provided information about the Alliance's meeting points and teleportation channels to the Holy Mountain of Starry Sky, plus instructions to obtain tokens from the Golden Horn Lord and the Whirlpool Lord. With everything settled, Mountain Guest and Luo Feng were sent back to the original universe in an instant. Once there, Mountain Guest isolated the universe rules again. Your golden horned beast divine body will now evolve to its perfect state, over 90,000 kilometers long. But this time, there will be no inherited talent secret technique. Luo Feng felt a pang of disappointment, but Mountain Guest explained that each life only gets one chance at the strongest talent inheritance. Since Luo Feng had already received it once, it wouldn't trigger again. Still, with the final Universe Lord secret technique he had created and the beast armor, he was already far stronger than most. Luo Feng returned to his god country. Soon after, the golden-horned beast rose from the endless, isolated sea, roaring as its body expanded dramatically. Bones, horns, muscles, and scales grew rapidly, absorbing massive amounts of divine power. In the end, it reached a perfect divine body over 90,000 kilometers long, fully fused with the beast armor, making it look utterly majestic and terrifying. Perfect divine body achieved, Luo Feng thought excitedly. Now I can freely use I Am the Universe, and my strength will resurge within the micro-universe. Everything was ready. Luo Feng's original plan was to confront the Venerable Tianyang of the mechanical race after perfecting his golden-horned beast to use I Am the Universe and obtain another pair of supreme wings. Now, with the beast armor, the Zhan Yue blade, and mastery of the supreme secret technique, his confidence was sky-high. He headed towards the Primordial Star, using his infinite isolated marine consciousness to enter the virtual universe. At the Hongmeng City Bar, he met with Universal Venerable Chizhou and asked for information on the location and coordinates of Venerable Tianyang. While they were talking, a furious cry erupted nearby. A purple-skinned alien venerable confronted the Dry Wizard Lord, demanding payment of a debt. He had just died on the Primordial Star, been resurrected through space-time reversal by a Universe Lord, and now owed the enormous sum of 3 supreme treasure points to his race, in addition to debts to several other venerables. Luo Feng leaned forward, his eyes half closed. The brutal truth hit him like a cosmic hammer. Each death on the Primordial Star wasn't just a setback, it was financial ruin. Resurrection through time reversal exacted a devastating price from both the Universe Lord performing it and the revived warrior. The Dry Wizard Lord had already fallen 3 times, owing money to 6 different venerables and barely managing to stay afloat. The ancient powerful avoided the Primordial Star precisely for this reason. One fatal mistake, and their entire legacy could crumble under endless debt. The tension in the bar increased. Luo Feng remained motionless, his mind already racing, thinking about the hunt that awaited him. With his perfect divine body, the supreme beast armor, and the deadly Zhan Yue sword, he was finally ready to track down the venerable Tianyang and claim those supreme wings. But, as desperate voices echoed around him, the true question shone brighter than any supreme treasure. In a battlefield where death has a price no one can pay, where countless eras can perish in just seconds of battle, could even an unparalleled genius like Luo Feng perish? The dangers of the Primordial Star have never been so evident, and Luo Feng's most perilous hunt is about to erupt. What shocking confrontations, battles for supreme treasures, and universe-shaking revelations await him in the next chapters? Will the support of 2 superpowers and his newfound overwhelming power change the course of the battle? Or will the cost of resurrection force him into a desperate gamble? In the vast, endless sea, a colossal, golden-horned beast strides across the infinite waters. Its body stretches over 90,000 kilometers long, with claws like heavenly pillars and a scaly tail rivaling its main divine body. Massive wings of scaled armor unfold to cover the sky, while the supreme treasure, beast god armor, fuses perfectly with its natural scales. 5 small horns and 1 larger horn crown its head, making the golden-horned beast appear even more ferocious and unstoppable. Perfect divine body! Luo Feng's consciousness surged with excitement. Over 90,000 kilometers, my divine body is far stronger than before. The secret talent, I am the universe, could now be activated at any moment. Inside his miniature universe, his power would rise once again. With a thunderous roar, the golden-horned beast shook the heavens in pure joy. Everything was ready. It was time to hunt the Tianyang Venerable. Luo Feng had originally planned to use his race's contribution points to deal with the Tianyang Venerable first, then focus on obtaining the 4th black metal plate. He never expected so many unexpected gains along the way. Now, equipped with the high-level supreme treasure beast god armor, the peak treasure Jian Yue blade, and 180 million years of comprehension in the secret patterns of the universe under the guidance of the mountain guest, his confidence had skyrocketed. Capturing the mechanical race's Tianyang Venerable and seizing another pair of supreme wings no longer seemed impossible. The only remaining problem was locating him. Wearing his robbery armor, carrying the Jian Yue blade, and with his golden-horned beast clone plus other avatars stored in his world ring, Luo Feng left his god country and headed toward the Primordial Star. While most experts condensed a single incarnation to connect to the virtual universe, Luo Feng didn't need to. His infinite isolated sea body served as one of his main divine bodies, allowing his consciousness to stay naturally linked. Inside the virtual universe, in the open-air bar of Hongmeng City where universe venerables gathered to exchange information, Luo Feng entered. Dao He. Many universe venerables greeted him warmly on the surface, but once he passed, private conversations erupted. They whispered about how the Primordial Star had been open for nearly 2 eras, yet Luo Feng had never entered despite claiming he would. Some accused him of using it as an excuse to avoid lending treasures, calling it cowardly for a so-called genius. Luo Feng ignored the gossip. He approached the sturdy, triangle-eyed Venerable Chizhou and sat down. After ordering fruit wine, he got straight to the point in a blocked sound area. Help me find an alien universe venerable, the Tianyang Venerable. I need his location and coordinates on the Primordial Star. Venerable Chizhou was shocked. The mechanical race's Tianyang Venerable, known as the 8 Oscillations? He's not easy to mess with. Why are you looking for him? Luo Feng simply smiled. Just do me this favor. Notify me as soon as you have news. While they drank and discussed recent events on the Primordial Star over the past 20,000 years, a furious roar suddenly echoed through the bar. A purple-skinned alien with silver scalp, Venerable Mei Yu, exploded in rage at the Dry Witch Lord, demanding repayment for treasures owed after being revived via space-time reversal. The resurrection had cost him 1.3 supreme treasure points in race contribution, a debt he could barely repay. The Dry Witch Lord looked embarrassed, trying to calm him. Luo Feng frowned slightly and asked Venerable Chizhou what was happening. Chizhou sighed. It's the price of space-time reversal resurrection. Every time a high-level universe venerable dies and is revived, the reviving universe lord suffers backlash. For ordinary venerables like Mei Yu, it's already heavy. But the Dry Witch Lord, he has been revived 3 times. Each death, especially on the Primordial Star, cost him treasures and massive contribution points. Now he owes 6 universe venerables around 1.6 treasure points and another 2.2 to the race itself, totaling nearly 3.8 points. He's been crushed under this debt for eras. Luo Feng listened silently as the two eventually calmed down and left. Later, on Thunder Island's virtual mountain, inside the Dry Witch Lord's palace, Luo Feng paid him a visit. After a brief talk about his son Luo Hai's training under the Dry Witch Lord, Luo Feng got to the point. I saw what happened in Hongmeng City earlier. The Dry Witch Lord sighed bitterly, admitting that his greed had led to repeated risks and deaths on the Primordial Star. Each resurrection had piled on unbearable debts. How much do you owe exactly? Luo Feng asked. The Dry Witch Lord hesitated, then revealed the numbers. 1.6 points to the 6 venerables and 2.2 to the race. Luo Feng didn't hesitate. I'll lend you 1.6 treasure points to repay those 6 friends. The rest you owe the race is up to you. The Dry Witch Lord was stunned. Gratitude flooded him as the contribution points transferred instantly. Luo Feng, I don't know how to thank you. You've helped my family countless times, including saving Luo Hai. This is personal. I can't help much more. The rest is on you. With that, Luo Feng vanished. Alone in his palace, the Dry Witch Lord suddenly threw his head back and laughed loudly, the sound echoing through the halls. The immense pressure that had weighed on him for hundreds of millions of years finally lifted. He immediately transferred the points to his 6 friends, who were shocked and relieved. Meanwhile, in the dark, starry sky, a spatial vortex swirled. Luo Feng stood before it, silver wings spread, silver armor gleaming, the Zhan Yue blade on his back. It's time to enter as a human this time. He stepped forward and was teleported into the primordial star numbered 02818. The vast landscape stretched endlessly. Mountains, forests, and silence. Luo Feng flew high above, scanning the terrain. Treasures could appear anywhere on these dangerous stars, but so could deadly experts. After flying for about half an hour, he spotted a purple curtain-like object in a mountain lake. He descended, picked it up, and recognized it as a heavy treasure called Imitating Zichen Tian, an extremely powerful mind weapon capable of expanding to envelop and trap opponents completely. Not bad. It's worth hundreds of treasure points. My luck is decent today. Luo Feng continued his leisurely exploration, like strolling in his own backyard, waiting for news of the Tianyang Venerable through his isolated sea clone connected to the virtual universe. On the 29th hour inside the star, deep in a vast forest, a 2-headed purple crystal lifeform, Lord Fanguang of the Ziye clan, a universe overlord, lay in ambush. When he spotted the silver-winged human flying overhead, his 2 heads showed shock. Luo Feng, the legendary human genius, he actually dared to enter the primordial star? Lord Fanguang knew the rumors. This immortal had slain the Mirror King and possessed at least 6 supreme treasures, including soul type, mind weapon, feathered wings, armor, and items from the ancestral god school. To the Northern Frontier Alliance, he was nothing short of a walking mobile treasure house. After only 3 seconds of hesitation, greed won. Even if he has life-saving methods, he's still just an immortal. He can't threaten a universe overlord like me. Lord Fanguang silently accelerated, closing in from behind. Human! He shot into the sky, 6 arms glowing with cold light as he unleashed his domain. Fanguang World, trapping the area in time law and burning divine power for a full power killing strike. Countless deadly light rays surged toward Luo Feng like stars intent on annihilation. Luo Feng looked down calmly, hand already on Zhan Yue's hilt. Lord Fanguang of the Northern Frontier Alliance. He drew the blade in one smooth motion. Dense, exquisite secret patterns of the universe's laws appeared on the blade. With a single slash, a brilliant golden light erupted, sharp, cold, and unstoppable. The golden light shattered Lord Fanguang's killing move like a joke. It pierced straight through his supreme armor, weakening it only by half before slamming into his divine body with full remaining force. Lord Fanguang froze mid-air, eyes wide in disbelief. His entire divine body silently disintegrated into nothingness, leaving only his black armor and 6 serpentine weapons floating in the void. Luo Feng hovered calmly, a faint smile on his face. The black armor and 6 flying scimitars floated in the air. Under Luo Feng's supernatural control, they flew straight toward him. A common treasure armor, and 6 common treasure weapons that form a complete set. Together, they're equivalent to the value of a high-level treasure weapon. Luo Feng stored the treasures without hesitation. He also summoned a world ring that had fallen to the ground after Lord Fanguang's death. Inside it were only dozens of heavy treasures and some common items. The total value was disappointing, far from worth even a common treasure. Even though he had burned his divine power to execute the strongest strike, Luo Feng maintained his peak state thanks to the constant replenishment from the isolated sea clone. With a flap of his silver wings, he turned into a streak of light and continued flying calmly at sublight speed. The surroundings were completely silent. No one would ever know that a universe overlord had just fallen there. Far away in the vast territory controlled by the Northern Frontier Alliance, on the dark red life planet of the Ziye clan, inside Lord Fanguang's sacred temple, The weak incarnation he had left behind to manage his affairs trembled violently. Suddenly, Lord Fanguang's face showed pure horror. The incarnation disintegrated completely. His disciples and servants were shocked. The life token carrying Lord Fanguang's vital mark had become an ownerless object. There was no doubt what this meant. Lord Fanguang had fallen. The news spread like lightning. The 3 universe overlords of the Ziye clan, who were not on the Primordial Star, arrived immediately. The atmosphere in the hall was heavy and gloomy. Fanguang has fallen, and he didn't even have time to ask for help. Who could kill a universe overlord so quickly and cleanly? Only a universe lord would be capable of this. Or one of the most powerful and heaven-defying overlords. The 3 two-headed purple crystal beings remained silent. They knew very well the devastating blow the Ziye clan had suffered. One of the 6 pillars supporting the entire clan had collapsed. We can't investigate this alone. We'll have to ask the Northern Frontier Alliance to revive him. But since Fanguang is a universe overlord, only the general leader can perform the resurrection. We'll have to wait until he's in a good mood. They had no choice. All they could do was register the request with the Alliance and wait patiently. When Fanguang was revived, they would learn exactly how he had fallen. Back on the Primordial Star, Luo Feng flew through the sky with a satisfied smile, recalling the previous battle. This was the first time I fought with all my strength. The power of golden light is truly terrifying. The final secret technique of the Universe Lord that he had comprehended consumed an absurd amount of divine power. Without the isolated sea clone constantly replenishing him, a single strike would have consumed more than half of his divine body. Even so, Luo Feng was extremely satisfied with his progress. With 9,800 times life gene level, 100 times divine power amplitude, and 180 million years of comprehension in secret patterns, his combat power was already comparable to a heaven-defying special life universe overlord. When I become a universe venerable, my divine body will be comparable to the world tree and the cold whale. And with my secret technique being even stronger, I might really be able to fight a universe lord. The star tower will also be usable with much greater efficiency. Luo Feng smiled and continued flying calmly. He was waiting for the next powerful alien to try to kill him. Come, I am a mobile treasure house. At that exact moment, in a mountain recess in the desert, 3 universe venerables from the Thorn Ring Alliance were hiding among the rocks. Look, that's the human Luo Feng! Silver armor, silver wings, black hair. There was no doubt. The 3 became excited and filled with greed. He has at least 6 treasures on him, including soul treasures and possibly even a flying palace. He's a humanoid mobile treasure house walking around. Be careful. He might have backup. What if there's a universe overlord secretly protecting him inside the world ring? The shortest and sturdiest 4-hoofed alien transmitted his voice urgently. I have a plan. Our strength is far superior to his, but we can't let him escape at light speed. Listen carefully. Luo Feng continues flying across the Primordial Star like an irresistible living bait, while the Ziye clan panics over the sudden fall of one of their greatest pillars. What do you think will happen next? Will the 3 Thorn Ring Venerables succeed in executing their plan and ambushing Luo Feng, or will he surprise them once again with the power of golden light? Luo Feng glides calmly through the endless skies of the Primordial Star, his silver wings barely moving, when the trap he set for himself suddenly springs to life. From 2 distant directions, powerful alien universe venerables lock onto him like predators sensing fresh blood. On one side, the 4-hoofed alien and Venerable Jukihi from the Thorn's Ring Alliance. On the other, Venerable Kibi and the towering, hairy-bodied Venerable Ba Xiu from the Northern Xinjiang Alliance. To them, Luo Feng is nothing more than easy prey, a lone human carrying priceless treasures. The chase ignites in an instant. Luo Feng's wings vibrate with explosive force, turning him into a blazing silver streak as he tries to break away. But the enemies are relentless. 3 more universe venerables from the Thorns Alliance join the pursuit, slamming down heavy time and space law domains that crush the surrounding space and slow his every movement. Venerable KB's eyes flash with greed as he hurls his ring-shaped weapon. The ring expands violently, spinning at light speed straight toward Luo Feng's back. Want to catch me? Luo Feng's voice cuts through the roar of wind. He clenches his right hand. Thousands of stars burst into existence across the sky, instantly weaving together under his virtual divine power into a colossal beast-god phantom. The enormous divine beast rears its head and lets out a earth-shaking roar. Its thick tail whips around like a meteor hammer, smashing directly into the incoming ring with a deafening boom that echoes for millions of kilometers. The ring is sent tumbling wildly through the air. The 5 universe venerables close in from every direction, their divine bodies blazing with power, trying to form a perfect encirclement. Luo Feng twists and weaves like lightning, relying on the killing Wu wings to burst through gaps at terrifying speeds. His supreme mental weapon, the beast god Phantom, continues to block and counter, its claws and tail creating massive explosions that ripple across the heavens. Energy fluctuations explode outward, drawing even more attention. More teams arrive fast, from the Monster Race Alliance, 9 Regions Alliance, and Zerg Alliance. The total jumps to 8, then 13 raging universe venerables chasing one human. Luo Feng looks desperate on the surface, constantly fleeing while his mental weapon struggles to hold them back. But inside, his heart is ice cold and completely calm. Then the real trap activates. Endless golden waves erupt across more than 30 million kilometers. The Jukihi River domain. At first, the resistance feels almost gentle, tricking the enemies deeper into the golden waters. Luo Feng stands at the center, wings spread, and pours every ounce of his burning divine power into the river. He merges it perfectly with his own golden law domain. Boom! The golden waves transform in a heartbeat. What felt like ordinary flowing water suddenly becomes thick, sticky, and impossibly heavy, like the strongest glue in the universe. Every movement becomes a nightmare. The 13 alien universe venerables freeze mid-flight, their divine bodies struggling against the crushing pressure. Their faces twist in sudden panic. "It's a trap!" one of them screams through divine power transmission. "Human Luo Feng used himself as bait!" Too late. Luo Feng remains motionless at the heart of the Golden River. God-beast transformation! Both his original body and the golden-horned beast clone change at the same time. Luo Feng's divine body grows taller, dark golden scales faintly covering his skin, his eyes glowing with cold golden light. The golden-horned beast becomes even more terrifying. 4 claws thicker and sharper, its black body radiating savage power. "Kill!" Luo Feng draws the Jianyue blade from behind his back. The cold blade feels completely at home inside his own domain, slicing through the golden waters without resistance. He charges straight at the strongest enemy trapped inside. Venerable Zhongzhan of the Zerg Alliance, a close combat monster with high-grade armor and a tiny but incredibly tough 0.8-meter divine body. Venerable Zhongzhan senses the danger immediately. He roars and swings his massive cleaver with his strongest technique, Arbitration of Destiny. But Luo Feng's golden blade light cuts forward like a dreamlike streak of ultimate sword principle, beautiful, pure, and carrying the full weight of a perfect law path. First slash. The blade light pierces the viscous golden waters and strikes with terrifying precision. The cleaver is smashed aside like a toy. The light hits Venerable Zhongzhan's high-grade armor directly. Even though the armor weakens the impact, 62% of his divine body is annihilated in one strike. Horror floods his eyes as he realizes the power behind that single slash. Second slash. Before he can even scream, another dazzling golden blade light descends. Venerable Zhongzhan is completely erased in an instant. Only his valuable high-grade armor, world ring, and weapon float silently in the Golden River. On the outer edges of the domain, the golden-horned beast clone rampages like an unstoppable black storm. With one brutal head-on collision, its long razor-sharp horn pierces straight through Venerable Jukihi's body, annihilating him despite his defenses. The clone doesn't stop. It charges from target to target, each impact shaking the entire river. Inside, Luo Feng moves like a silver shadow, Jianyue blade flashing coldly. One by one, the trapped venerables scream in terror. "It's a trap!" Human Luo Feng is the bait. "There's a universe overlord here, run!" But there is nowhere to run. Luo Feng cuts from the inside out, while the golden-horned beast seals the perimeter. The number of surviving alien venerables drops fast. 13, 8, 6, 3, 2, 1. In mere moments, all 13 powerful universe venerables are slaughtered without a single survivor. Their treasures and armors drift quietly in the now calming golden waters as Luo Feng collects them one by one. Far outside the domain, 6 separate teams, 15 more alien universe venerables, including the giant silver wolf, Venerable Bifa, watch the entire massacre through the energy fluctuations. When the Jukihi River finally settles and Luo Feng emerges alone, blade resting on his back, silver wings spread wide, and black hair flowing in the wind, the entire group falls into stunned silence. Venerable Bifa roars in fury, demanding to know which human universe overlord was hiding inside Luo Feng's world ring: Eclipse Palace Lord, Ancestral Tree Master, Star Hell Demon Lord. Luo Feng simply smiles and answers calmly, "None of them. It was just me." The aliens refuse to believe it. Luo Feng suddenly accelerates into a silver streak, charging straight at them and forcing the entire group to scatter and flee in complete panic. He stops halfway, laughs softly to himself, and flies away without chasing further, leaving the shaken powerhouses staring after him in disbelief. This single battle, where Luo Feng deliberately used himself as bait to massacre 13 universe venerables, sends massive shockwaves across the entire primordial star. The major forces barely react. After all, it was pure greed that led those venerables straight into the trap. Deep within a primitive star floating in the vast universe, a golden river hangs suspended in the sky like a deadly trap. 9 strange beasts roar and swim within its powerful currents. 3 cosmos venerables from the Northern Xinjiang Alliance are desperately trying to break free, their expressions filled with shock and frustration. "It's a domain treasure. Damn it! We didn't expect Luo Feng to possess something this strong. No wonder he could kill Mirror King." Before they can escape, a terrifying black monster suddenly appears from within the golden river. Its cold golden eyes flash with killing intent. In an instant, the golden-horned beast transforms into a streak of golden light and charges forward with an ancient roar that shakes the soul. The first venerable's superior armor shatters like glass. His divine body is completely annihilated in one brutal impact. The beast doesn't slow down. It smashes straight into the second venerable like a living roller compactor, crushing everything in its path. The third venerable, eyes wide with horror, screams, "It's a trap! Human Luo Feng was the bait!" Too late. A cold golden blade, Zhanyu, slashes from behind, ending his life instantly. Luo Feng, wearing his silver armor and silver wings, steps forward calmly. He collects the floating treasures, heavy armors, weapons, and world rings without any emotion, then stores the golden-horned beast back into his world ring. The entire battlefield falls silent. "This should spread my name even further," Luo Feng whispers. "Especially to the Northern Xinjiang Alliance and the 9 Regions Alliance. Many still don't know the full story yet." In the open plaza of Purple Thorn Island and the virtual Hongmeng universe, Luo Feng's reputation has already exploded. Even Cosmos Lords greet him respectfully now. In the outdoor bar of the Hongmeng virtual universe, 2 powerful figures call him over: Guiyi Venerable and Immortal Venerable. They sit in a quiet corner. Guiyi Venerable, calm and barefoot in his red robe, and Immortal Venerable with his vine-covered armor and eerie green eyes, both stare at Luo Feng with curiosity. "Luo Feng, tell us the truth," Guiyi asks with a smile. "How many Cosmos Venerables and Universe Overlords has that mysterious friend of yours in your world ring killed?" Luo Feng smiles calmly. 82 Cosmos Venerables, and 5 Universe Overlords. Both supreme beings show visible shock. 5 overlords. Luo Feng explains how the early greedy attackers fell quickly, but as news spread, stronger experts started avoiding him. Only the uninformed still dare approach soon after. Apocalypse Venerable secretly approaches and delivers the long-awaited news, the exact coordinates of Tianyang Venerable. Luo Feng's eyes light up. After waiting years, the time has finally come. This hunt is not just for revenge against Wu Yu Wing. It's for the 4th black metal plate and the chance to fully fuse with the Black Wings, creating a qualitative leap in his power. He immediately transforms into the golden horned beast and flies toward primitive star number 02881. Upon arrival, he spreads his infinite golden waves to scan every corner. But Tianyang Venerable, the cautious 8-armed mechanical clansman, senses danger the moment Luo Feng enters the star and immediately flees. A relentless chase begins. No matter how fast Tianyang flies or how many times he changes direction using his black wings, the golden horned beast follows the strong resonance from the wings like a guided missile. They cross space vortices, jumping from one primitive star to another. Tianyang grows more furious and anxious with every passing minute. Finally, in a dense mountain forest on another primitive star, Tianyang stops. He can no longer run. "You stubborn golden-horned beast! You really want to fight me?" Both unleash their domain treasures at the same time. Endless black light spreads across the sky, trying to trap and slow the beast. At the same moment, Luo Feng's roaring golden river surges forward. The two mighty domains collide violently, destroying the entire forest around them. Then the real battle erupts. The golden-horned beast lowers its massive head, its longest central horn glowing with dazzling golden light. It activates the ultimate secret technique, golden light. With terrifying speed and power comparable to a true universe overlord, it charges straight through the black light domain. The impact is devastating. Tianyang's divine body loses 22% in a single collision, even with his newly acquired high-level treasure armor protecting him. He is sent flying backward in complete shock. "Impossible! How can you be this strong?" Tianyang roars in disbelief. He now realizes this is no longer the weak beast he fought 20,000 years ago. Luo Feng has grown into a genuine threat. Tianyang turns and flees desperately, changing directions dozens of times per second with extreme agility. The golden-horned beast pursues relentlessly, its speed skyrocketing as golden patterns flow across its body. Though Tianyang is slightly better at instant direction changes thanks to his black wings, he cannot shake off the beast. Luo Feng, calm and focused, finally prepares to unleash his strongest technique yet. "I am the universe!" Far away, a black fog figure, a tracker sent by the powerful Norberg Lord who placed a bounty on Tianyang, has been secretly following the battle. Suddenly, the sky around him turns completely dark, filled with chaotic currents. Why? Why has the sky gone dark? Climax of power, shocking revelations, and a deadly hunt. Everything is reaching its peak. Will the golden-horned beast finally kill Tianyang Venerable here? Or will the mechanical clansmen find a way to escape and call reinforcements? And what exactly is Luo Feng's strongest move going to do to the battlefield? In the heart of the primitive star, where danger lurks around every corner, Luo Feng unleashes something truly godlike. A miniature universe bursts into existence, 300 million kilometers wide, a chaotic storm of violent airflow swirling endlessly, every current powered by the divine body of his golden-horned beast, standing at the absolute center like a living origin of creation itself. Two venerables are suddenly trapped in this nightmare realm. Venerable Tianyang's eyes widen in pure horror as he stares at the endless chaotic streams surrounding him. "Where is this place?" he roars, realizing too late he's inside a domain treasure far beyond anything he's ever faced. The golden river explodes forward like a golden tidal wave of destruction. 9 bizarre beasts charge at the front, roaring with primal fury, while the massive golden-horned beast thunders right behind them. Tianyang pours every ounce of his power into his infinite black light domain, desperate to hold the line. But the miniature universe's origin crushes his treasure instantly, stripping away its strength like a heavy truck smashing a fragile sports car. The explosions shake the entire miniature cosmos. Black light shatters in brilliant bursts, defenses crumbling one after another. Tianyang turns to flee in absolute panic, but the golden river surges over him like an unstoppable flood. In less than 2 heart-stopping seconds, the golden-horned beast is right in his face. A cold, blinding golden light erupts from its razor-sharp horn. Tianyang's 8 elegant black light shuttles, once symbols of his power, are sliced apart like wet paper. The horn drives straight through his divine body with terrifying force. A final roar of hatred and disbelief echoes as his entire divine body is completely annihilated in one cataclysmic impact that makes the space itself tremble. Luo Feng's inner voice is calm yet sharp. Unfortunately, I still can't control the final Universe Lord move with perfect precision. If I could, I might have left him unconscious and claimed him as a slave. Treasures rain down. Battle armor, the precious silver wings, the world ring, and more. The golden-horned beast sweeps them all up in an instant, under the miniature universe's absolute control. But the trap isn't finished yet. Venerable Shao of the Thorns Ring Alliance, the black mist figure who had been secretly watching from afar, is also caught inside. Luo Feng's gaze locks onto him from 100 million kilometers away. In a cold, indifferent tone, he whispers, "Fall." The chaotic airflow twists violently into two colossal millstones spinning in opposite directions. The cosmic grinding disc roars to life. Shao screams in agony as his divine body is ground down at terrifying speed. 90%, 70%, 50%, 30%. "Release me. I have no hostility," he begs, voice breaking with desperation. The grinding never slows. With only 30% of his divine body left, Shao chooses self-destruction in utter despair, his final explosion rippling across the miniature universe. From the moment the miniature universe opened to the total annihilation of both venerables and the collection of every treasure, only 9 seconds had passed. The golden-horned beast had lost barely 10% of its divine body. Back inside his vast god kingdom, with the endless Jukihi Sea still expanding beneath him, Luo Feng examines his spoils. Among everything, one treasure stands out, the pair of silver wings that once belonged to Tianyang. As soon as he releases them, they shoot forward like living things, drawn irresistibly to his own killing Wu wings. The two pairs slam together in midair. Secret patterns begin to align with perfect harmony, forming an even grander, more mysterious array. A wave of true, overwhelming pressure explodes outward. The authentic aura of a supreme treasure finally unveiled in all its glory. In mere tens of seconds, the fusion completes. 4 majestic silver wings float before him, breathtakingly beautiful, transcendent, radiating power that makes the air itself feel heavy. Luo Feng equips them without hesitation. One gentle flap, and space and time around him twist and warp. He names the first form, chaotic time and space. Instantly, tens of millions of afterimages of Luo Feng flood the sky above the Jukihi Sea. Time and space collapse into pure chaos, every movement becoming ghostly, unpredictable, and impossible to track. Far stronger than the old separate space or time turbulence forms ever were. After 3 intense days of deep study, Luo Feng realizes the second form still lies beyond his current grasp of the time law. Even more intriguing, he senses the wings are incomplete. A third pair is clearly missing, waiting somewhere out there to push this supreme treasure to its absolute peak. He quickly arms his Jukihi clone with Tianyang's high-level armor, domain treasure, and a supreme battle blade from previous victories. The clone shrinks to human size, now a formidable guardian in its own right. With a quiet thought, Luo Feng sends it straight to Earth. From today onward, you will protect the Luo family and our home planet personally. His earthly body, the golden-horned beast, and Demon Clan clones then head back to the dangerous Primitive Star. On the Primitive Star, Luo Feng, now sporting 4 shining silver wings and the Zhan Yue blade strapped to his back, moves with absolute confidence. Alien venerables spot him from afar and flee in panic. But one figure approaches without fear. Lord Van Noble, one of the mightiest universe lords of the Thorns Ring Alliance. After a brief, seemingly polite exchange about rare metals, Van Noble drops the mask. He knows about the golden-horned beast. He demands every precious metal it carries. Luo Feng's answer is simple and firm. No. Quick pause. With 4 supreme wings now controlling both time and space, do you believe Luo Feng has finally reached the level where he can stand toe-to-toe with a top universe overlord? Drop your thoughts right now. The sky shatters. Lord Van Noble's true body, the terrifying Snowvine clone, erupts in fury. Endless gigantic white vines glowing with azure light burst outward, each one thousands of kilometers thick, filling the entire battlefield and forming a deadly domain that swallows everything. The golden-horned beast appears beside Luo Feng and lets out a earth-shaking roar. It activates the heaven and earth deity technique and begins to grow. 100,000 kilometers, 300,000, until it towers over 1 million kilometers long. Its colossal black-scaled body radiates a ferocious aura that makes the universe itself seem small. The snow vine's massive vines lash out, trying to entangle and crush the beast, but the golden-horned beast smashes through them like a living mountain, claws and horns tearing vines apart in explosive bursts of golden light. Luo Feng stands tall on the beast's back, 4 silver wings spreading to dozens of meters. They blaze with golden energy as he unleashes his newly created supreme secret technique, Fog Light. The wings transform into 4 razor-sharp golden wing blades that slice forward, cutting through the endless vines like a hot knife through butter. Lord Van Noble himself charges in with an ancient magic whip covered in mysterious patterns, cracking it down with devastating force. Luo Feng meets every strike head-on with the Zhan Yue blade and wing slashes, his tribulation armor holding firm under the relentless pressure. The snow vine is forced into a desperate retreat, pulling its vines back into its blue fortress form and fleeing the battlefield. Lord Van Noble watches in stunned disbelief. He never expected Luo Feng and his golden-horned beast to be this overwhelmingly powerful together. 2 venerables executed in 9 seconds. A supreme 4-winged treasure born from fusion, and now a direct explosive clash against one of the strongest overlords in the Thorn's Ring Alliance. Luo Feng's power is evolving at a terrifying speed. What do you think happens next? Will Lord Van Noble return with his other 2 powerful clones for an all-out war? Or is the missing 3rd pair of wings about to appear and push Luo Feng's treasure into true supremacy? Leave your theories in the comments. In the infinite void of the universe, Luo Feng and the golden-horned beast unleash a power that makes even a universe lord tremble. With supreme secret techniques and the Wu Yuyi treasure, the human genius blocks Lord Van Norberg's every escape route, revealing a strength that defies all rumors and ignites a cosmic conspiracy involving the Divergent Stone and the legendary Chichin Temple. Lord Van Norberg stared with pure fury at the colossal black golden-horned beast in the distance. His divine body, the Snow Vine, was an immense and powerful existence capable of controlling time and space in devastating ways. But in the direct confrontation that had just occurred, he discovered in shock that he was completely suppressed. Even with his high treasure armor shining brightly in his powerful divine body, the Snow Vine could not stop the unstoppable advance of the golden-horned giant. Every strike from that sharp horn seemed to carry a primordial force that tore at the very essence of the vine. Without hesitation, the dark blue fortress transformed into a fluid serpent and shot toward Lord Van Norberg, who also flew to join it. He didn't even bother dealing with the human Luo Feng. It was clear that once the golden-horned beast got any closer, any delay would be fatal. Want to escape? Luo Feng's 4 wings vibrated powerfully. In an instant, time and space around them twisted completely, creating dimensional chaos. Luo Feng's figure reappeared like a ghost, blocking the Lord's path. Lord Van Norberg's face changed drastically. He cursed inwardly. The rumors were false. They said Luo Feng only followed the path of beast gods, but his control over time and space was at an absurdly high level. Even with the help of treasures, it required profound perception that an ordinary human shouldn't possess. "Even you want to block me? Get out!" He roared and lashed out with his magic whip once again. A cold, piercing golden light sliced through the void, carrying a force that nothing seemed capable of resisting. But Luo Feng did not retreat. Pung! The whip was suppressed and bent like a dry branch, and Luo Feng's Zhan Yue blade struck the main head of Van Norberg directly. The weak armor flashed desperately to absorb the impact, but the Lord was still blasted backward, his divine body cracking and caving in. Impossible! Lord Van Norberg's eyes were filled with pure horror. He raised his head and stared at Luo Feng. How could a human be this strong? That blade technique, that secret technique, was identical to the one used by the golden-horned beast. Could it be that Luo Feng, the unparalleled genius of humanity, had been possessed by the beast through body seizure? That would explain everything. How a human could display a heaven-defying secret technique in less than 20,000 years. Luo Feng's 4 wings moved once again. The superior treasure Wu Yuyi, piercing through chaotic time and space, elevated the ability of instant acceleration to a completely new level, far stronger than before. Almost instantly, multiple figures of Luo Feng blocked Lord Van Norberg again. You cannot escape. Luo Feng's blade came slicing through the air once more. The Lord tried to resist with his whip, but was sent flying head first. Luo Feng maintained the pressure, preventing his escape long enough to force the Lord to summon his flying fortress for rescue. The fortress flew extremely fast, much faster than the golden-horned beast, but the beast still charged forward like a living comet. Human, get out! Huge vines suddenly exploded from the approaching fortress, trying to repel Luo Feng. He snorted coldly. The 4 wings on his back began to expand dramatically and mysteriously, reaching hundreds of kilometers in size in the blink of an eye. The closer they were to Luo Feng's divine body, the smaller they appeared, a visually stunning and deeply mysterious phenomenon. Break! The 4 giant wings acted like 4 colossal blades, with their hilts firmly attached to Luo Feng's back. The wing blade wave erupted. 4 golden lights flashed and sliced the protruding vines as if they were paper. Lord Van Norberg grew desperate. With a deafening roar, all the vines instantly retracted into the fortress. At the same time, the fortress transformed into a stream and collided violently with Luo Feng's enormous Wu Yuyi wings. Luo Feng trembled slightly from the impact, but held firm. At the moment of collision, countless vines shot out again from the edges of the wings. Lord Van Norberg touched one, instantly transferring his magic whip and treasure armor to his snow-vine divine body. His original body was annihilated and dissipated. The vines began retracting rapidly as the fortress attempted to flee. The golden-horned beast lowered its head and charged through the void. The longest and sharpest horn on its forehead slammed into the flying fortress with titanic force, shaking it violently and sending it flying. The fortress accelerated with the momentum, transformed back into a serpent, and fled directly into space. Above the ocean of the primitive star, the fortress hovered. A giant man emerged from it, Lord Van Norberg, still carrying a trace of fear in his eyes. What a powerful golden-horned beast, he murmured. Even while trying to take the human Luo Feng, the beast's strength was overwhelming. Although they used the same secret technique, the golden-horned beast's version was clearly much stronger. It must possess an extremely powerful attacking treasure. The more he thought about it, the more shocked he became. This golden-horned beast is not easy to mess with. After the battle ended, Luo Feng calmly reflected. Lord Van Norberg's life gene level is 1,000 times, slightly inferior to the World Tree. His secret talent for controlling time and space is advantageous, and he still has 2 extra clones. Compared to the World Tree, the Lord's raw power was a bit lower. Luo Feng's own divine power was slightly weaker than his, but his secret technique was far superior. His true combat power was already comparable to that of the World Tree, enough to suppress Lord Van Norberg. It's only suppression. The force isn't overwhelming. My attack was weakened by the resistance of his armor before reaching his divine body. He understood clearly. The golden-horned beast, equipped with the superior beast god armor, held an absurd treasure advantage. Even the Snowvine's million-kilometer divine body was forced to flee in shame. But killing a being at this level was nearly impossible. The flying fortress acted like an impenetrable turtle shell. Even using I Am the Universe, it was difficult to damage the divine body protected inside. The higher the level, the harder it is to kill. At most, you can defeat them. But there's something strange. Lord Van Norberg wanted to trade metal with me, and when that failed, he fought me? A high universe overlord going so crazy over a metal that's worth as much as a treasure. Far away in the distant northern Xinjiang Alliance, a colossal palace burned with eternal black flames. Immortal servants and universe venerables entered with absolute respect. In the center sat the Galaxy Lord, a figure whose prestige rivaled even that of the Chaos City Lord. Any light that approached his throne was devoured by the black void surrounding him. Suddenly, time and space in the hall were reversed. The flow receded, revealing ancient scenes, venerables arriving, great beings visiting, even 2 of the universe's strongest. Ding! 2 figures were locked in time. One after another, 39 high universe venerables were frozen like statues. Time and space returned to normal. The black throne trembled slightly. Resurrecting 39 venerables at once took a heavy toll even on him. When everything calmed, the 39 regained consciousness, looked around in shock, and recovered their memories. Xixingi Lord, they respectfully greeted. 22 or 23 of you died because of the human Luo Feng, the voice echoed from the dark void. Answer me. Who is the human Luo Feng's helper? The answers came one by one. It's a black, golden-horned beast. It's an alien beast similar to the golden-horned beast with 6 sharp horns, one of them extremely long. The black monster. Suddenly, a confused voice asked, "You were all killed by the black monster? But I was killed by the human Luo Feng himself with a single strike." Others confirmed, "Me too. I thought I was mistaken. I was also killed by Luo Feng himself." The entire hall fell into terrified silence. 4 high universe venerables confirming the same thing filled everyone's eyes with pure horror. Back in Chaos City, Luo Feng entered the city lord's mansion. The guards greeted him respectfully. He nodded and went straight to the side hall for treasure identification. Thinking about the Shamista Venerable, whom he had killed with "I am the universe," and the connection with Lord Van Norberg, he suspected the mysterious metal hid a treasure. He brought the metals he couldn't identify on his own. In the ancient and silent temple, only the central stone tablet glowed. Luo Feng first placed the green stalk the size of a sesame seed. Cyan silk threads wrapped around it. A gentle voice announced, "Metals, wood, investigate crystal. Can be dedicated to the ethnic group for 18 treasure points." Luo Feng was surprised. It really is a treasure. But 18 points didn't justify Lord Van Norberg's desperation. He stored it and took out the second item, a black metal the size of a skull with 360 perfectly smooth mirror-like sections. The process took longer. Cyan threads enveloped it for a long time. Finally, a Chichin stone, one of the treasures of the Chichin temple, can be dedicated for 20 treasure points. Luo Feng's eyes instantly lit up. 20 points, more valuable than Jukihi. He immediately recognized it. It was the divergent stone. Now he understood why Lord Van Norberg had gone to such lengths. This stone was one of the 36 legendary stones that granted access to the Chichin temple. He recalled the event that shook the entire universe. In the 600th year after the primitive star opened, the origins of the 10 major laws, gold, wood, water, fire, earth, wind, thunder, light, time, and space, descended upon primitive star number 02892. The pressure was overwhelming. Even universe masters and lords could barely move. A temple gradually emerged from the ground over nearly 100 years, surrounded by super experts from all races. A black stone stele rose with the message, "When destroyed, the 36 divergent stones would appear irregularly at random times and locations across the 181 primitive stars. Their birth created pressure comparable to a high treasure. When all 36 appeared, the Chichin temple would open. Only those holding a divergent stone could enter. Intruders would be annihilated." Luo Feng understood. The stone in his hand was the key to the greatest treasure of this era. A peak domain-type treasure powerful enough to let a universe lord escape even from supreme enemies. Treasures of this level were extremely rare. Not even the 9 superpowers possessed true supreme treasures. His blood boiled with excitement. He now had the qualification to enter the temple. Within 1,000 years, he would break through to universe venerable level, and his divine body would become even stronger. He tested the third medal, 31 points, and smiled. He then left Chaos City and returned to the original universe. Meanwhile, in the territory of the Thorn Ring Alliance, on a prosperous technological planet, Lord Van Norberg, sitting atop a skyscraper in human form, reflected on his failure. He enjoyed living among ordinary beings, feeling the daily competition that occasionally enlightened his law path. But now he thought, was Luo Feng possessed by the golden-horned beast? His world lord-level body shouldn't have been able to withstand the soul of a universe venerable, unless the beast was still at the immortal level at the time of body seizure. He stood up abruptly, confused. The same secret technique, the same consciousness. The universe truly held deep mysteries. While Luo Feng meditated in the God Country seeking a breakthrough to Universe Venerable, in the virtual universe at the top of Thunder Island, City Lord Chaos received an urgent message from the system about Luo Feng identifying the divergent stone. "Chaos!" the voice of the giant axe founder echoed. They agreed to hold a high-level meeting. In the dark virtual space, a simple temple floated. The giant axe founder, a massive, wild-looking man, sat at the head of the stone table. All the universe lords appeared. Luo Feng has obtained the Divergent Stone, which is linked to the peak domain-type treasure inside the Chichin temple. It is extremely important to our race, but he obtained it himself. What should we do? Opinions exploded. A cold voice said, "For the strength of the race, he must hand over the stone. Compensation? A high treasure is enough. If not, give more." Many agreed. It would be a waste in Luo Feng's hands. The stone would lose value after the temple opened and could bring a super treasure to humanity. A gentle voice warned, "Luo Feng is an extremely rare super genie. His talent rivals that of the Yan Emperor, but his personality is different, not as selfish. We must be careful not to create dissatisfaction." After heated discussion, the consensus was unanimous. The stone must return to the race, preferably in the hands of the giant axe founder, with Luo Feng being persuaded and appeased. The giant axe founder looked at City Lord Chaos. "Chaos, you are his teacher. It will be easier for you to convince him." City Lord Chaos nodded, determined to persuade his disciple without intensifying the conflict. Once again, Luo Feng finds himself at the center of a cosmic plot that could change the fate of all humanity. And now, the path he must take will not be decided by him and his teacher alone, but by all the members of the Alliance, the most absurdly powerful beings in the entire universe. Luo Feng, the genius from Earth, reveals a power that shakes the entire cosmos, the strength of a pinnacle cosmic overlord. With the Divergent Stone in his hands, he decides to enter the legendary Chichin temple. But the entire human race wants this stone to obtain a supreme treasure that humanity has never possessed. What will Luo Feng demand in exchange? The complete Earth, or internal war? In the endless calm sea, the golden temple emits infinite divine light. Luo Feng sits cross-legged in front of it, his eyes fixed on the vast realm of God. In his mind, the secret patterns spin endlessly. He recalls the three mysteries of teleportation, strangulation, and blockade. Every spatial law pattern he created is almost complete. "It's almost there. It's getting closer and closer," he murmurs, his heart racing with the feeling that enlightenment could arrive at any moment. But the moment is interrupted. An urgent email arrives through the virtual universe. It's from his teacher, the Chaos City Lord. In the virtual universe, on Thunder Island, beneath chaotic streams of air, Luo Feng walks side by side with the Chaos City Lord along a winding corridor behind the palace. "Teacher, you summoned me without saying anything. Your disciple feels nervous," says Luo Feng with a tense smile. The Chaos City Lord looks at him seriously. "You must have already guessed the reason." Luo Feng nods. He knows. The identification of the Divergent Stone in the virtual universe system has leaked. All the universe masters of the human race, including the giant axe founder, now know that he holds the key to the greatest treasure of this primordial star opening, the Mirror Temple. The situation is simple and brutal. The Divergent Stone opens one of the 36 passages to the Chichin Temple, where a peak domain supreme treasure is hidden, something that could become a Xian Jibao, the strongest treasure in the universe. The human race has never had a Xian Jibao in its recent history. The Chaos City Lord speaks in a grave voice. "We have none. We used to have one, but not anymore." Luo Feng is shocked. The 9 superpowers of the universe possess 5 Xian Jibao. Humanity, one of the strongest races, has none. This stone could change everything. The teacher asks directly, "The ethnic group desperately needs this stone. Hand it over to the giant axe founder. It's all up to you, but your teacher hopes you can help the race this once." Luo Feng feels the weight. He is no fool. He knows that 36 stones were scattered across 10,081 primordial stars. The Northern Frontier Alliance might obtain 1 or 2. Other powerful forces will get some as well. But he, Luo Feng, has his. And he decides, "Teacher, this disciple does not want to hand it over. I will enter the Chichin temple myself." The Chaos City Lord's eyes widen. "You want to go? It's extremely dangerous. More than half of those who enter will be universe masters or even universe strongest." Luo Feng smiles with cold confidence. "I will go, and I possess the strength of a pinnacle cosmic overlord." The teacher falls silent, carefully observing the disciple he has guided for nearly 100,000 years. Luo Feng continues, "My divine body is comparable to that of a universe. The 9 nether clones give me infinite divine power. My golden horned beast clone has a divine body thousands of kilometers tall. Even a supreme cosmic overlord with high treasure armor would find it difficult to kill me. He reveals that he has killed several alien cosmic venerables with a single strike. The tension in the air is palpable. The Chaos City Lord shakes his head, but does not fully doubt him. We'll talk about this later. Days later, at the same table, the teacher insists, even with your strength, the Chichin temple will be dominated by universe masters and the strongest beings. If you don't hand it over, you may cause resentment within the race. The ethnic group will compensate you generously. Luo Feng takes a deep breath and makes his counteroffer, his voice firm as steel. My demand is simple. Return to me the other half of Earth's ownership rights. I want my hometown back. All alien immigrants must leave. Land, sea, everything belongs to the people of Earth. The silence is deafening. The Chaos City Lord brings the proposal to the Council of Universe Masters. In a dark hall under a starry sky, more than 10 Universe Masters gather. The giant axe founder presides. When they hear Luo Feng's demand, the reaction is immediate and fierce. No, absolutely not. Earth is a special planet refined by Zuoshanke. The children born there have modified souls, perfect Xing, and absurd cultivation speed. In just 100,000 years, it has already produced geniuses in massive numbers. Its value is no less than a peak domain treasure. The three-horned giant from the Universe Mercenary Alliance and the representatives from the First Universe Bank and Universe Galaxy Bank strongly oppose. They refuse to lose this cradle of geniuses that could create a branch of humanity as powerful as the Yan gods. The Chaos City Lord tries to argue, reminding them that the Divergent Stone is worth tens of thousands of times more than the 50 billion mixed units paid back then. But self-interest speaks louder. Only the giant axe founder, with a calm and authoritative voice, decides, we will not force Luo Feng to hand over the stone. As for Earth, tell him that when he has enough strength to sit beside me as an equal, full ownership will be his. The message is clear. Only when Luo Feng becomes one of the strongest in the universe will Earth fully return to him. Luo Feng receives the answer. Anger and expectation burn in his chest. So Earth is that valuable? No wonder they don't want to give it back. But it's fine. The day I sit with them is coming. He knows his path. The Divergent Stone is his. The Chichin temple awaits him. And his strength, now publicly revealed, is already shaking the cosmos. Meanwhile, in the distant Northern Frontier Alliance, inside the Galaxy Lord's palace, Lord Fangguang is resurrected. It was Luo Feng. He killed me with a single slash. The image of the dazzling golden blade cutting through the supreme armor is replayed. The Galaxy Lord orders, spread this news across the entire universe, especially to the Zerg, demon, and mechanical races who hold the deepest grudges against humanity. Kill Luo Feng as fast as possible before he becomes the next Chaos City Lord. The news explodes. The entire universe is shocked. The human universe masters also receive the alert. Luo Feng, the god worshipped by the people of Earth, is now seen as the greatest rising threat. But inside him, the flame burns stronger than ever. Earth is his hometown. The fate of the Earthlings rests in his hands. And no one, not the human race nor cosmic enemies, will stop him from protecting what is his. What will happen when Luo Feng enters the Chichin temple with the Divergent Stone? Will the human race gain a Xian Jabao, or lose its greatest rising genius? The universe is trembling. Stay tuned. A single human, after merely 100,000 years of cultivation, is making the entire universe tremble with terror and fury. Luo Feng has just stepped into the universe venerable level and has already killed Lord Fangguang with a single strike and destroyed Venerable Zhongzhan, who was protected by a supreme high-level armor treasure with only 2 swords. The 3 pinnacle races now want his head at any cost. How can such a young venerable pose such an enormous threat to the cosmic balance? In the Yanshen territory, inside the magnificent main hall of the Hanging Palace, surrounded by eternally dancing infinite flames and 3 giant floating continents, Emperor Yan is completely beside himself with rage. His tall and imposing body trembles with fury, the flames around him twist violently as if alive, and his eyes burn with a mad, distorted fire. He roars with a voice that shakes the very space. Does the human Luo Feng possess supreme cosmic hegemony? He killed Lord Fangguang with a single strike? Impossible. Emperor Yan has always been extremely arrogant. He despised his older brother, who who started as a teacher and slave, considering him inferior in talent, qualifications, and treasures. For countless eras, his greatest goal was to surpass his own teacher, Zuoshanke, and become the strongest among the disciples. But Luo Feng's appearance as the third disciple changed everything. Zuoshanke devoted immense effort to cultivating Luo Feng, even granting him the Star Tower, the most powerful treasure in the universe. This left Emperor Yan consumed by poisonous envy and deep hatred. 100,000 years, only 100,000 years to reach supreme cosmic hegemony. How can it be so fast? How is this possible? He screams that it must all be Zuoshanke's arrangement, that the teacher is being extremely partial toward his third disciple. He gave him the Xeon Supreme Treasure, and now he's helping him again, allowing someone who entered immortality just 20,000 years ago to reach the peak of cosmic hegemony. Emperor Yan's complexion is hideous, twisted by rage. The space around him distorts violently, cracks appear in the void, and his eyes beneath his single horn shine with murderous madness. He repeats to himself that no matter how much his teacher helps Luo Feng, he will never allow him to surpass him. Luo Feng will always be beneath his feet. This scene clearly reveals just how shaken and threatened Emperor Yan feels. A being who has lived for eras now sees a young human as the greatest threat to his position. The news of Luo Feng's rise spreads like wildfire, shocking all forces in the universe, and almost on the same day, a second even more explosive piece of news detonates like a cosmic bomb. The Zerg Alliance resurrected Venerable Zhongzhan in inverted time and space at an extremely high cost. He was wearing a powerful high-level supreme armor treasure, something that should have given him nearly impenetrable defense. Yet, he was still killed by Luo Feng. In the memory recording left before his death, Zhongzhan reports with absolute terror. It was Luo Feng who attacked me first. I was extremely confident in my armor, but a single stab destroyed most of my divine body. 2 swords, and I was completely annihilated. This revelation is even more shocking than the death of Lord Fangguang. Killing a fully equipped universe venerable with a high-level armor treasure using only 2 swords demonstrates overwhelming offensive superiority. It wasn't a difficult battle. It was a one-sided massacre. Luo Feng's power has already reached a level that strikes fear into the hearts of all pinnacle race leaders. The 2 pieces of news, one after another, sweep across the universe like 2 devastating storms, putting all forces on maximum alert. In the vast universe of the mechanical race, where countless rays of light interconnect planets and stars, forming a massive living neural network, the Father God, the most powerful and supreme existence of the race, makes his voice resound in every corner, in every artificial mind. My children, that small human who has cultivated for only 100,000 years already possesses the strength to kill a universe venerable equipped with a supreme armor treasure? Is this true? After confirming the memory images, the order comes cold and final. Luo Feng cannot be allowed to live. He must be eradicated before he becomes a universe master. The mechanical race is known for its absolute unity. Every member obeys the Father God without hesitation, even if it means certain death. The order is passed on instantly. The Zerg race and monster race react the same way. The 3 pinnacle races, which normally compete fiercely with each other, have accumulated hatred over countless eras. They know that a genius like Luo Feng, with his talented clones, especially the golden-horned beast, represents an existential threat. Even if one divine body is destroyed, he can be reborn. If he advances to Universe Master, he could become another Lord of Chaos City, an existence that even the strongest in the universe would find nearly impossible to eliminate. For this reason, they secretly decide to cooperate to hunt him down and kill him as soon as possible. The Northern Frontier Alliance also wants him dead, but the ones truly desperate are the mechanical, Zerg, and monster races. Other forces such as the Ancestral God Sect, Starry Sky Giant Beast Alliance, Prison Race, and Crystal Race are simply watching the show, amazed by Luo Feng's power, but aware that if he survives, it will be something monumental. While the outside universe descends into complete chaos, Luo Feng remains calm inside his god kingdom, sitting cross-legged high in the sky in front of the temple bathed in golden light, above the endless Jukihi. The outside world is in turmoil, but here reigns a profound silence, broken only by the gentle rippling of the infinite waters. Luo Feng knows that news of his killings has spread, but he was already prepared. He closes his eyes and murmurs, teleport, strangle, block. With his powerful divine power, he perfectly fuses 3 incomplete secret patterns of the space law, creating a mysterious combination identical to the strange beast in the 7th picture of the Juyu Chaos Monument. The law of space is complete. He smiles. At that very moment, the coercion of the universe's origin descends with titanic force upon the endless Yuhai. The sky above the endless Yuhai is completely dominated by a gigantic, colorful vortex, tens of billions of kilometers in diameter. The 5 original laws, gold, wood, water, fire, and earth, spin in perfect harmony around it, while in the center shines the pure void of the infinite space law. Visible spatial divine power gushes from nothingness like a colossal waterfall, roaring as it crashes directly into the endless Yuhai. Luo Feng looks up, shocked by the grandeur of the scene. In the history of the universe, breakthrough vortices for universe venerables are usually only hundreds of kilometers wide. His is tens of billions of kilometers, an absurd difference that demonstrates his monstrous potential and the perfection of his life genes, 10,081 times purer. The endless Yuhai, nearly 20 billion kilometers in diameter after 20,000 years of expansion, absorbs the divine power with insane veracity. Even converting only 12% of its colossal volume, the total gain in divine power is immense, far greater than what a golden-horned beast clone or a normal human could absorb. Luo Feng's divine body undergoes a brutal qualitative transformation, increasing 100 times in strength. His other clones, Earthling, golden-horned beast, and demon, also complete the transformation with ease. Luo Feng calmly analyzes every detail. With this endless Yuhai as an inexhaustible source and the I am the universe technique, I could annihilate even a true universe master. The gap between me and them is no longer an insurmountable abyss. He feels the infinite divine power pulsing in his body and is filled with anticipation for future battles. His god kingdom also undergoes an epic transformation. Already enormous thanks to Luo Feng's perfect genetic level, it now becomes extremely stable and powerful, so resistant that not even a universe master could easily destroy it. Luo Feng now possesses 4 powerful clones, with the endless Yuhai serving as an unlimited core of energy. His foundation as a universe venerable is now fully consolidated. With the star tower in his hands, Luo Feng's eyes shine with overwhelming divine light. The foundation has been established. Aliens, by the time you want to eradicate me, it will already be too late. He then heads to the primitive Chaos City, contributes 4 high-level treasures to the human race, obtained from his previous hard battles, and acquires new valuable treasures. The wooden boat, a flying palace with earth attributes, the complex world, a domain treasure, and the high-level war knife Bowie. Finally, he visits Venerable Zhenyan. After a sincere conversation about the chaotic state of the universe and the hunt by the enemy races, Luo Feng gifts his teacher 3 powerful treasures: a supreme flying palace, a supreme domain treasure, and a high-level armor. He respectfully announces that he is leaving the protected human territory. Venerable Zhenyan is shocked and deeply worried, warning him about the imminent danger. However, Luo Feng shows absolute calm and determination. He knows a bloody storm awaits him, but his foundation is now solid enough to face the open universe. Luo Feng leaves the human territory alone, with the strengthened endless Yuhai, an unshakable god kingdom, 4 powerful clones, and the star tower as his greatest trump card. The 3 pinnacle races have already decreed his death. Will he survive the cosmic hunt that is coming and continue his unstoppable rise? The next step in Luo Feng's legend promises to be even more epic. The Star Tower, the supreme treasure coveted by hundreds of millions of races across the universe for countless eras, has simply disappeared. In today's Swollowed Star recap, Luo Feng makes the boldest move of his life. He activates the Star Tower with his universe venerable divine power, expels millions of immortal warriors like mere insects, and vanishes with the greatest treasure in the cosmos. Meanwhile, his golden horn beast clone sets out in search of the 5th black metal plate and clashes head-on with a living legend from the ancient Qin secret realm. Get ready, because the entire universe is about to descend into chaos. Luo Feng left the mansion of the Venerable Zhenyan with a heavy but determined heart. He did not accept the Chaos City Lord's proposal to exchange half of the territory's ownership for the Mirror Chi Stone. Deep down, he felt a slight dissatisfaction, but he perfectly understood his teacher's position. The Chaos City Lord was not like the Venerable Zhenyan, frank, violent, and capable of exploding in rage for a threatened disciple. The Chaos City Lord carried the weight of the entire human race on his shoulders. He decided the fate of billions of lives, prioritized the collective above all else, and treated every disciple with cold but absolute fairness. Luo Feng deeply respected him for this. "Teacher," Luo Feng said with a respectful bow. The dark red battle armor of the Chaos City Lord's clone shone under the flaming red horns. Those eyes resembled the infinite universe itself, deep, calm, and impossible to challenge. "How did you think of coming to see me?" asked the Chaos City Lord. Luo Feng explained that he would temporarily leave the human territory. The teacher was not surprised. He already knew the dangers outside. The Zergs, monsters, and mechanical race wanted Luo Feng dead at all costs. "Then go. You are no longer weak. Make your own decisions. Just remember that you represent not only yourself, but also your family, your Earth lineage, and the entire human race." Luo Feng bowed once more. "Yes, teacher." Before leaving, the Chaos City Lord warned him, "If you cannot resist the danger, crush the token I gave you." As soon as Luo Feng disappeared from the Chaos Ruins, the Chaos City Lord remained alone, silently reflecting. "My disciple has been hiding and lurking for nearly 20,000 years. The moment he appeared, his strength exploded. Now he is leaving again. He must have obtained a unique opportunity somewhere in the universe. He would not interfere." Luo Feng possessed the 9 nether clones. Even if he died outside, he could resurrect easily, losing only some treasures. The Chaos City Lord trusted Luo Feng's willpower, strengthened by 180 million years of cultivation and his universe venerable divine power, which was already approaching the level of a universe master. Zerg, monster, mechanical race. If they knew about the 9 nether clones, they would be in despair. Killing one clone would only give them some heavenly treasures like the Jiejia, Wu Yu wings, and the Beast God armor. They could never truly erase him. After leaving Chaos City, Luo Feng returned to the God Country and in an instant teleported directly to the Star Tower in the outer battlefield. The tower stood imposingly tall, reaching 9 light years in height, dominating the cosmic void for endless eras. In the central hall, a misty gray light glowed. "Star Tower," Luo Feng murmured, looking around with restrained emotion. It was here that he had received the life and death inheritance. His current divine power, as a universe venerable with 9,800 times the life gene, was finally enough to control it. Boom! Luo Feng's divine power erupted like a volcano, burning fiercely and flowing through the corridor floor like a furious electric current. It penetrated layer by layer, reaching the internal cores, the sky pillars, and the countless engraved stars. The secret patterns were absurdly complex. Luo Feng barely understood the simplest and most obvious part. It was tens of thousands of times more intricate than the microcosm secret pattern map. The entire tower trembled slightly, floating 20 centimeters before slowly descending back into place. Luo Feng withdrew his power and let the golden horn beast clone inside the world ring replenish the consumption. My earthly divine body, even at 9,800 times life gene, consumed nearly 30% just to activate it partially. Without the golden horn giant, it would be impossible. He was shocked by the complexity, but also excited. His talent in the secret pattern flow was extreme. Without it, understanding the Star Tower would take countless eras. For 32 days, Luo Feng wandered inside the tower using internal teleportation. He caressed the gigantic sky pillars, observed the engraved stars, and analyzed the spaces where millions of races fought. Every secret pattern was perfect, and flawless fusion of the laws of time, space, gold, wood, water, fire, earth, wind, thunder, lightning, and light. After 32 days of intense observation, he sat in the central hall, closed his eyes, and merged his consciousness with the entire tower. 3 years passed in deep meditation. Finally, I've understood one layer of mystery. When he opened his eyes, the tower felt like a sea of smoke, still vast, but now controllable. Boom! His divine power burned once again, flowing 100 times more smoothly through the simplest first layer of the engravings. The Star Tower responded. Before taking it away, he needed to clear the interior. Millions of immortal warriors from all races were violently expelled from the lower corridors like trash. Shouts of shock echoed through the void. "What's happening?" I was exploring and suddenly got teleported out. The Star Tower destroyed us? For the first time in infinite eras, the 9 Whirlpool Nebula dissipated. The colossal 9-light-year-tall tower began shrinking at an insane speed, from light-years to kilometers, then to just 1 kilometer in height. And then, it disappeared completely into thin air. Panic spread like a cosmic virus. The news of the Star Tower's disappearance traveled faster than the news of Luo Feng killing a universe sovereign. A supreme Xeon treasure, desired by all pinnacle races, had vanished. The implications were devastating. Whoever controlled it would become practically invincible, capable of defying even the strongest beings in the universe. In the virtual universe and the Great Axe Founder's plane, the human universe masters gathered in shock. The Great Axe Founder, the Chaos City Lord, the Wild Sword Lord, and others appeared with pale faces full of disbelief. "The Star Tower has disappeared." The image floated. The expulsion of the immortals, the nebula vanishing, the tower shrinking and teleporting away. Someone actually gained control of it. Only a truly powerful being could instantly expel millions of immortals like that. But the consensus was quick. Brute force had never worked before. Not even the Great Axe Founder or the strongest in the universe had been able to move it. It must be a lucky weakling who found a unique opportunity. He can't be too strong. Envy shone in everyone's eyes. The human race desperately needed a Xeon treasure. "Investigate. Use all Hongmeng resources. Find out who owns the Star Tower and how he controls it. If he's weak, we still have a chance to take it." In the mechanical race's universe, the voice of the Father God echoed to all universe masters. "Find whoever has the Star Tower." A colossal being covered in black scales emerged in the void, crushing planets and stars around it. "I've returned to the original universe because of the Star Tower. A little brat succeeded where I failed. I will find him and uncover his secret." The 9 superpowers and even powerful loners began to move. The temptation of a Xeon treasure was simply too great. Enough to shake the foundations of pinnacle races and turn ordinary tribes into superpowers. On Bauhinia Island in the ancestral god cult, Luo Feng watched everything through the virtual universe from his mansion. It was the 3rd day since he obtained the Star Tower. The chaos was total. No wonder Teacher Sitting Mountain strictly ordered me not to reveal information about the Star Tower. If they had found out earlier, I would already be dead. Now he had the power to protect himself. Deliberately, he attracted attention. He went to the land of inheritance every few days, flying openly so the aliens could see him. His golden horn beast clone, after 2 months of discreet interstellar travel, finally arrived at the ancient Qin secret realm. An ancient, extremely dangerous, and nearly abandoned place with a diameter of 1.2 million light-years. Treasures were rare, dangers abundant. In the control room of the dark red spaceship, the adorable 1-meter-long golden horn beast stood on the sofa, staring at the black void outside. According to Teacher Sitting Mountain, the 5th black metal plate is here in the ancient Qin secret realm. A powerful calling burned in every cell of his divine body. He teleported out, summoned the Jukihi River, an infinite golden river spanning 30 million kilometers with 9 roaring beasts, and advanced cautiously. The space was locked down, the danger palpable. Suddenly, a giant 1 million kilometers tall emerged from the darkness, the Lord of Dark Sky, a legendary special life form comparable to the strongest universe overlord with 8,000 times life gene and 6 massive red hammers. "Golden Horn Beast, this is not a place for you!" The Lord of Dark Sky roared and attacked. The Jukihi River could not stop him. Luo Feng instantly grew to 1 million kilometers long, covered in the beast god armor, his golden wings as sharp as blades of destiny. The battle exploded, the golden wings slashed with deadly chill, tearing through space. The Lord of Dark Sky activated his secret talent. Golden secret patterns glowed across his black body, creating black spatial vortices that swallowed all light. 6 hammers spun, forming 6 visible black hole vortices that bombarded Luo Feng. The void turned into total darkness, but the golden horn beast's wings cut through everything. The vortices collapsed like broken glass. The strike smashed into the Lord of Dark Sky's chest, sending him flying through the golden river. The surrounding hundreds of millions of kilometers of space turned into particle flow, but the Lord of Dark Sky retreated. Your strength is greater than mine, but if you continue, my master will definitely kill you. The golden horn beast clone stopped, surprised. Master? Even a being like you has a master? The Lord of Dark Sky fled into the darkness. Luo Feng felt the danger rising, but he did not retreat. I want to see who this master is. Even the strongest in the universe no longer scare me. The golden waves continued advancing, penetrating the darkness in search of the fifth black metal plate. Meanwhile, on Bauhinia Island, Luo Feng's main body continued receiving the beast god inheritance, absorbing the fourth stage at absurd speed thanks to his talent in secret patterns. The fifth stage was slower, but he had time. His plan of dividing forces was perfect, one body attracting attention, the other advancing silently. The universe trembled. The star tower in Luo Feng's hands was changing everything. Pinnacle races were mobilizing their armies. The golden horn beast clone followed the plate's call, ignoring the deadly warning. What would the master of the Lord of Dark Sky do when he found out? And how would Luo Feng use the star tower to protect humanity and his family? The next chapter promises to shake the entire cosmos. In the heart of the infinite darkness of the ancient Jaw secret realm, a colossal golden wave surges forward like a tsunami of pure destruction. Luo Feng's golden-horned beast, vast and imposing in its divine body, cuts through the void with the roaring Jukihi river surrounding it. Every golden scale shines with ancestral power. Every step makes space tremble. But what no one in the entire universe could ever imagine is about to happen. The legendary and feared Bloodcloud Palace, the lair of the madman who killed 2 universe masters and terrorized 99% of the cosmic superpowers, stands right before him. And the greatest cosmic shock is only just beginning. Welcome to the most insane Swollowed Star recap. Hold tight because Luo Feng is about to discover who the Bloodcloud Lord really is, and his destiny will change forever. Everything begins at maximum tension. In the deep, dark void, 2 voices echo with fear and respect. Yingqiu and Lord Tianyang, 2 powerful special beings, speak in desperation. The golden-horned beast is moving straight toward the Master's Hall. Tianyang, with his massive divine body, tries to reason. His strength is nearly equal to Yingqiu's, and his colossal size would allow him to entangle the intruder for a long time. Even so, he hesitates. He feels the overwhelming power of the golden giant. He's too strong, almost at the level of a universe lord. The decision is made. Let the intruder pass. Let the master decide his fate. If he disturbs the master's majesty, his fall will be inevitable. The golden-horned beast advances fearlessly. The Jukihi River sweeps everything away, brilliant golden waves cutting through the void like cosmic blades. Luo Feng, within the beast's consciousness, feels the irresistible pull of the 5th black metal plate. He already has 4. This is the last one. And where is it kept? Exactly within the territory carefully prepared by teacher Zuoshanke. Luo Feng thinks coldly. The Lord of Black Sky was turned into a servant. Whoever this master is must be at least a universe lord. Half an hour passes without obstacles. The special beings hiding in the shadows, after Tianyang's humiliation, simply watch from afar, murmuring, "The golden giant will regret this bitterly." Then, within the black mist, a majestic corner of a colossal palace appears, blood red, glowing with infinite pressure that bends space itself. The main gate radiates an overwhelming aura. 3 incomparably complex secret patterns shine on the door, and directly into Luo Feng's mind, the words are engraved, Bloodcloud Palace. The shock is immediate. The golden-horned beast stops for a moment. Luo Feng, on Bauhinia Island, is already frantically searching in the virtual universe. The Bloodcloud Palace, the legendary flying treasure that traversed the universe, leaving a trail of death. The Bloodcloud Lord was known as mad, evil, powerful, and mysterious, wearing a blood-red robe and mask, killing without mercy, destroying entire lairs of powerful beings just because he didn't like their faces. 2 universe masters fell to him. Cosmic overlords fled at the sight of him. No one could restrain him. Rumors said he was human, since only non-human superpowers suffered massive losses. And now, the 5th piece of the 9 tribulation secret was kept exactly here? Luo Feng feels the beast's heart accelerate. The palace is a supreme-level flying treasure. He has never heard of it trapping anyone. The decision is made in a split second. He enters. The gate is open. He retracts the Jukihi River and advances. Inside, a vast and immense plaza. In the distance, 3 giant palaces, the central hall radiating infinite killing intent and dominance. The Scarlet Throne stands empty. Luo Feng feels the pull grow even stronger. He rushes through the rear corridor, enters a secret hall, and stops. It is an absurd treasure room. Tens of thousands of ordinary treasures, hundreds of high-level treasures, mountains of precious materials. Everything radiates power, yet to the Bloodcloud Lord, it seems like nothing more than scraps. At the center, shining alone, is the 5th black metal plate. Swish! A strand of divine power shoots from the beast's horn and penetrates the plate. The final part of the 9 Tribulations secret explodes within Luo Feng's consciousness like a river of primordial knowledge. The complete code forms. The words are not just text, they organize into a secret pattern map even more complex and perfect than the microcosmic map itself. Luo Feng is stunned. Unbelievable! The content of a secret code forms a pattern greater than the universe. This is something the universe itself does not allow to be openly taught. Only teacher Zuoshanke could achieve it, using the Heavenly Soul Crystal, because the 9 Tribulations secret surpasses even the strongest innate techniques. He barely has time to process it. An overwhelming force descends upon the entire palace. Time and space freeze instantly. Spatial fluctuations stop. Luo Feng feels terror. A universe lord. In the corridor, a figure appears. Blood-red battle robe, sharp golden horns, a mask covering the face, a tail sweeping through the air. An aura of infinite slaughter. The Bloodcloud Lord in the flesh. But then, the figure begins to change. The robe becomes a simple cyan armor, the golden horns become dual crystal horns, the mask disappears. A familiar face, an aura vast as the endless sea. Luo Feng's golden beast eyes widen. Teacher. Zuoshanke? The shock is absolute. The legendary madman who terrorized the universe for eras was merely a clone of his teacher. Zuoshanke smiles calmly. Did you think the 5th plate would be that easy? He recalls their earlier conversation in the Beast God realm, when Luo Feng asked about the 5th plate, and the teacher replied with that enigmatic smile, "When the time comes, you'll know." They step out into the outer plaza. The golden-horned beast, towering like a mountain, stands beside the teacher who appears small, yet whose presence dominates everything. Zuoshanke explains everything in a calm, grand voice. The Bloodcloud Lord never truly existed. It was his clone, with power comparable to the Chaos City Lord, created specifically to be inherited by a worthy disciple. The identity of the northern prisoner had been prepared for the second disciple, Yandi. But Yandi failed. He never met the requirements, so that identity was erased forever. The teacher's goal is clear, declared for the first time with full force, the strongest in the universe. Luo Feng is speechless. Not even his senior brothers, both universe masters, were enough. The teacher wants a disciple who will reach the absolute peak, the most powerful being in the entire universe. And for that, he has prepared the perfect identity for Luo Feng, the new Bloodcloud Lord. When you appear in the universe with this identity, all enemies will come. You will be hunted, hated, feared. But it is in this sea of blood and fire that you will grow to the limit. Luo Feng feels determination ignite within him. He accepts immediately. Zuoshanke tosses the Bloodcloud Pearl, a special treasure refined by killing a universe master, using their soul and divine body as the foundation. Luo Feng recognizes the aura. The beast's body begins to transform dramatically. Hind limbs grow longer and thicker, chest expands, posture becomes upright, a silver mask forms, 2 golden horns appear on the forehead, a blood-red robe wraps around him, a scaled tail extends. The wings vanish. The aura of slaughter explodes. He is now identical to the former Bloodcloud Lord. His strength remains unchanged, but his appearance and pressure are perfectly disguised. The teacher warns him, the Star Tower must be used carefully. If exposed to save his life, his identity could be revealed. But the Bloodcloud Palace now fully belongs to him. Luo Feng pours divine power into it and feels the entire palace as an extension of his own body, a supreme flying treasure capable of protection and transport. Then comes the promise that ignites Luo Feng's eyes with crimson excitement. While you are a universe venerable, if you kill 10 top-tier cosmic hegemons or a single universe lord, I will personally refine a peak treasure for you for free, including all materials. When you become a universe lord, the requirement increases tenfold. And peak treasures include domain types, flying palaces, and more. Luo Feng feels the challenge. It is madness. Killing universe lords is no small feat. But the teacher smiles. I know you can do it. Finally, the Bloodcloud token. Luo Feng receives command over the 18 servants, all universe venerables, 3 of them top-tier cosmic hegemons, and all the special life forms under their command. He orders them all to gather at the Bloodcloud Palace. More than a day later, the army marches through the darkness. Tens of thousands of special life forms, led by the 18 venerables. Lord He Tian, Yingqiu, and the Crow Demon Lord lead the front. They kneel in the main hall before the Scarlet Throne, where the new Bloodcloud Lord sits, imposing, his killing aura dominating everything. Greetings, Master! Thousands of voices echo in unison, bowing in absolute respect. Luo Feng, now officially the new Bloodcloud Lord, looks upon his new army and feels the cosmic weight of this new journey. What comes next? Enemies from across the universe? Bloody battles? Explosive growth in the midst of chaos? The most feared identity in the universe now belongs to Luo Feng, and he has only just begun. If you want to see Luo Feng destroying everything as the new Bloodcloud Master, don't miss the next chapters. The cosmic carnage is just beginning,